I say, here at Kajun Roots Reseller, you give me an offer and I'll take it with no problem. I got an offer. I got the dollars. Let me have it, please. I got the dollars. Let them have it. You got the dollars? We got the offer? Let them have it with no problem. Let them have it.
Hello, everyone, and good morning, guys. Body sounds like they got a YouTube open.
Nope, not I.
No? Okay, it just sounded like it was echoing.
Yeah.
So how you doing?
Man, it's gonna be a great day. It's gonna be a great day. I have got tons of stuff to list because yesterday, the sourcing trip was great. We made
I saw your comment.
a lot of yeah, we got a lot of stuff, and I think altogether I spent less than $100. And then whenever I got home, I spent like $85, something like that, $86. And then I got home, and then my cousin tagged me in a estate sale that said happening now until dark. You can come early. So I was like, let me go see what's at this estate sale.
Right.
So I jumped in the truck, got there, and they had brand new in the box, never been opened stereo receivers.
Ooh.
From the early 80s, late 70s.
Mm-hmm.
And I got to looking them up, and they're selling for about $500 to $600. And I was like, okay. I asked the lady, said, how much do you want for them? She said, I don't know. Give me $20 a piece for them. So I was like, okay, I want all of them. So I got all of those. I bought another Nintendo Wii with about 50 games. I bought all kinds of stuff, guys. Literally, I bought all kinds of stuff, and wow. I've got a bunch of stuff. So it's good. It's good. The list, and I made some money. So I bought 2 Lego sets, brand new in the box. One of them I paid $5 for. One of them I paid $6 for. The one that I paid $6 for is actually selling for $189.
Oh wow!
And like I said, the brand new, sealed in the box, never been opened. One of them is Star Wars, and one of them is Lego Friends. I think that's what it's called, Lego Friends. It's a girls, but yeah,
cool. Well, first in the house today to get that pie point is Miss Lucky Charms Wendy. Hello, and good morning. Yeah, she told on you earlier. That's how I went to check on it when I was sending you the link.
Yeah.
Hello, good morning, Paulini. How are you doing this morning? Good to see y'all this morning. Brian Pink, new in the house. How are you doing?
Good morning, buddy.
You know who that is?
I don't.
Okay, because I saw this comment on your message. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
So wherever you are, welcome, and good to see you. Melissa Cape, hello, good morning. Melissa Cape, telling everybody hello. Thrifty Junker, hello, good morning. How are you doing this morning? I got some videos to catch up on today. Lord Jesus, I've been busy. But yeah, I got a lot done this morning. I have, I don't know how many drafts, but I did a lot of drafts this morning. Then I have over 250 something pictures of those drafts to go ahead and get ready to start listing. Let me see.
Brian Pink is Boris on Boris and Natasha.
Wait, what?
Brian is Boris.
Oh, okay. Well, welcome.
Yeah.
That's good. I'm glad to see that. Let's see here. Drafts. I have 14 drafts already done this morning. Everything I had drafted already is done and listed. So it's time for a whole new round. So Brian, let's see. Unfortunately. What you mean unfortunately? Wait, what am I doing here? Oh yeah, right here. All right, let's see here. Where did it go? Thrifty, good morning. Good morning, Steve. I saw you. I asked you about your name yesterday, and I saw you in the chat. That's Steven. He now is dealing with a lot of vinyl, so he changed his screen name.
Yeah.
And I saw I don't know if y'all went back and looked, but today they're doing their drawing for their 300 sub giveaway. They're moving pretty fast. They're almost at 400 subs already, so that is awesome.
Yeah.
I watched that video yesterday, and it was wonderful. Good to see how fast y'all growing. Was great last first name for the middle school boy. Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
So, anywho, I wanted to make sure and let everyone know yesterday in bingo, I noticed. I finally figured out who that unforgettable or unbreakable Brian was in the chat the last couple of days. Well, I had to report that person because they decided to change their name. And when I looked up the name, they took someone else's name and their screen name was unbreakable. And they took the person's name and put it in the chat as their name. Well, that everything they kept typing in the chat, I get an email yesterday.
Yeah.
Again, same person doing the same thing, but just a different name. So I reported them this time because I knew who it was when I saw the email where it came from. And so I had to report him because that's being harassed and demanding they want this and I won bingo and you need to send me a prize.
Yeah.
No, you didn't win bingo. And no, you're not getting a prize because you've done this many times before. So I hate to say it, but I reported it. So
yeah, that's right.
I don't believe in that. I will not tolerate that. And every time that person comes in, it gets blocked in. And I'm going to start reporting it. So
yeah,
good luck on trying to come back in and do some other name because you can't fool me that easy.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it's the same person who keeps demanding that I send them something, but they didn't ever win on bingo, never played. And when they do, they don't win. So it's not my fault they don't win because you're not going to get a prize because you didn't win. That's not how bingo works. But anywho, that was my lightning of something I had to do yesterday, which I did not want to do, but yeah. And so now I know I figured out who is actually giving me those thumbs downs, and it was that person. So
yeah,
I'll give a reason to give me a thumbs down. What's up, Bobby, the Cap Guy, J and JT? Hello, good morning.
What's up?
It's
hump day.
Don't forget, today at 3 o'clock is Hump Day Auction.
That's right.
And I want to say, I forgot who it was that told me yesterday, and thank you so much, because I don't know why, but that thumbnail has been used since I came back. Nobody called that I misspelled the word auction. And so I thank whoever it was. I cannot remember, but I did change it. So it's taken care of. I don't tolerate that either. No. So yeah, it won't happen again because I'll be on it right away. Like I said, I saw the website, their YouTube channel, and it's like, that's not the same person. But when I went to watch their videos, it was the name of that person. So yeah, they thought they're going to be clever and use somebody else's screen name and put their name in their title. So who I ain't got time for that.
No.
So anywho, today I have going through 2 boxes, and I say boxes and bags, of plush. I am already done drafting them. I got to finish drafting the last round of what I got left of those items, and most of them are Build-A-Bears.
Wow, that's good.
Well, these are my own personal collection I've had for years, and they were from like the 2011, 2012 year.
Yeah.
And so now it's time just to start listing. And so I was surprised at what they were going for.
Yeah, some of them are going for pretty good. Some of them aren't.
And I found out that I didn't realize this, but I have a Princess Diana tie-dye of plush purple tie-dye, a tied plush that's known as the Lady Diane plush.
Wow, that's good.
Yeah, I'm surprised to see the prices on that one.
Yeah, I imagine so.
And I had these all picked up in boxes and bags just to keep them clean and away from everything. And when I said, okay, it's time for me to go through them, and I saw that one, and I went to scan the barcode on it. Like,
yeah.
Wow. I'm glad I got this one kept for a while. Because there was some money on that one.
That's awesome.
And then plus what's sold, too. I hope it is okay. I am working with a couple of people on Instagram and invited them to the show. Oh, yes, baby. You can invite anybody and everybody you want. It's so good to see you doing that, and thank you. Yes, share it out. I hope they can come, but both resellers, one has a YouTube channel and the other ones are trying to grow. That's fine. Bring them on. The more the merrier. And I like the idea that everybody can share this out to other people. That if you know somebody who's new to this, definitely send them in. Bring them on. Yeah. I love helping other people, and that's what I get out of this, is helping those who need help or just want the help, and that's what this is about, answering questions. Oh, don't be afraid to ask questions. Bobby? Yeah, I liked your video, the last one. If y'all haven't checked it out, they're doing their 300 sub giveaway today. So if you haven't had a chance, go check it out. All right, there's the link to the cap guy. If you haven't watched his channel, it's so cool. You got to go see it. I love the way he starts his videos with JT.
Yeah, that's right.
Let's see. This is good. Such a good helper and connected. There you go. Yeah, they have a lot of different. I even watched their video where they recommended someone that helped them, and so I went and watched his videos yesterday, and I kind of reacted with him because he's still new. He's got like under 200 subs.
Yeah.
But I did go check that out yesterday, and so yeah, definitely check out their channel because they do a lot of shout outs for those who's helped them along the way, and so definitely check them out. And again, when you want to watch somebody's video, don't forget to do two things, at least one for sure, is definitely hit the thumbs up for them, and also make sure you give some kind of comment because that does help each other's channels.
That's right.
You are a wonderful thrifter, just a little nudge, and now look at it. Yes. And that's all it is. Just you never know who needs a little help. Hello, Todd, the flipping hustler. Hello, good morning.
What's up, buddy?
Hope you're doing well. Hope the wife is doing well as health. I know you were having some health issues for a while, but I hope everything's going well for you.
That's right.
Good to see you.
Absolutely.
And of course, for those that are in the hospital, either fighting COVID or like with Robin in the hospital with her health issue going on with her, y'all keep everybody in your thoughts and prayers and kind of help them through this. And with Devin being on Robin's side right now, just keep everybody in your thoughts and prayers, please.
Absolutely.
So what do you have planned for the day, Mr. Trent?
I'm going to try to tackle some of these listings. I've got all of the video games that I'm going to put in a variation listing.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't have to take up so many listings. So that really shouldn't take so long. But then I've got DVDs and I've got a heated neck scarf and I've got the Legos and I bought
a heated neck scarf.
Uh-huh.
Never heard of that before.
Yeah, it's got a little clicker on it. From what I understand, I don't know. It's brand new in the box. I'm not opening
it. Interesting.
But I paid 99 cents for it, and I looked them up, and they're going for about $20, $25. So that's good. I mean, it's good.
Hello, Mystery Flipper. Hello. And I saw where Wendy says, don't forget tonight there is a fundraiser for Robin. I think it's on T and Donna's channel. I think. Yeah. I did see the thumbnail for that last night. When is the fundraiser? I think it's tonight at 7 or maybe 8 o'clock tonight. Check out it's Auctions for You, T and Donna. I did see the thumbnail came out for that last night or yesterday.
Yes.
All right, now I'm putting the link in the chat. I'm going to go ahead and pin it up at the top. If anybody would like to come in and talk about something, have any questions, keeping it positive, you're more than welcome to come in. Again, don't forget to drop your links in the chat. That way everybody else can check and make sure they're still subscribed to you or even unsubscribed to you. What the world just happened here?
What all you got planned for today, Johnny?
Wait, what is this? My mystery flip. Oh, I see numbers. I was like, wait a minute, I didn't type that. I got to finish my pictures and finish the last of the drafts that I have to do out of all those plush, which is not much. I got to finish taking those, and then I have a 12:30 appointment, so I will be needing to get off of here before 12 o'clock. And then 2 or 3 o'clock is the Home Day auction.
Yeah.
So that is basically what I got planned for today. My goal for this week was to get to at least 2,600 listings, and I'm right now at 2,577. So a good ways to go. I'll have no problem getting the products. It's just a matter of getting everything listed in drafts. So that's my goal. Hopefully for the end of this week. My goal, if I don't make it by the week, I'm definitely shooting for the end of the month. For this complete month, I want to be at least at 2,600 listings.
Hey,
it's a good problem when you sell. You got to add more because of the fact you're selling it. It's coming off your totals, but that's a good thing to have.
Yeah, I went to Goodwill yesterday, and the other day I picked up a PlayStation, just a regular PS1, and I went to Goodwill yesterday, and they had an actual PS1 with the controls and memory card and everything that I needed extra, and but the problem was there was a hole where the power button is on the PlayStation, and I was like, they wanted $26.99 for this PlayStation. And I was like, there's no way that anybody's going to pay that kind of money for a PlayStation. It's got a big hole in the top of it where you can see the motherboard and all that stuff in it. Plus, it's a hazard. It's dangerous. And so I get up to the counter, and I was sitting there talking to the lady, and she was like, I said, can I get a price check on this? Because, it's broke. It's got a great big hole in the top of it. And she's like, Yeah, give me just a second. So she called the manager up there, and the manager's a real sweet lady. She come up here and she's like, what's the problem? And I said, well, it's broke. I said, it's got a great big hole in it, and nobody's going to pay this for this PlayStation. I said, I don't need the PlayStation. I just need the controls and the memory card. And she's like, oh, okay. Well, then this guy walks by and he said, man, I inspected that thing. And he was hateful. He's like, it works. It works just fine. He said, all you got to do is stick your finger down in the hole and hit that little button. And he said, it comes on. And I was like, do you know this is an OSHA violation for you to sell this thing? And he said, what do you mean? I said, if some little kid purchases this and sticks their finger in that hole and it electrocutes them, because it's very highly likely. And I said, but I'm a grown man and I'm not sticking my finger in the hole to turn it on like that. I said, they can sue Goodwill. And he's like, oh, man, I didn't know that. I was like, yeah, this PlayStation needs to go in the trash. I said, I want to buy the controls. And she's like, well, will you do $15 for the controls? I was like, no, ma'am, I'll do about $5 for the controls. I said, and I'll buy the whole thing. And I said, you can sit there and watch me throw the PlayStation in the trash. And so that's what she did. She's like, okay, $5 is good. So I bought the controls and stuff, and then I threw the PlayStation away.
The question Mystery Flipper has is, do people do a giveaway each level of 1, 2, 3, or is it just a personal preference? Boris and Natasha with Willing and Dealing just answered, they do it every 100. But again, it's up to what you want to do. Again, some people can't really, if they don't have enough product or something, they don't really have a lot to do. A lot of times it's either in milestones of 3, 6, 9, then 1,000, or some do 4, 8, 1,000. It's all in what you want to do. For me, I just did another one I did a 500, and I think I did a 700. I can't remember right away, but I did do it where my next one is 1,000, and I think it was 600 because I did 3, 6, and then I'm gonna do 1,000. So it's all in what you want to do, and it's nothing wrong with if you're doing it like in this case with Willing and Dealing. They are doing it at every 100 because that's what they like to do. But it's all in what you want to do and what you want to give back to your community and your watchers and those who support you. Right. And again, I do other things other than just the giveaways at the 5 and the levels. But I already have most of what I want to give away on the 1,000 sub coming up. And then I'm going to be adding personal merch to those giveaways on the 1,000 because I do have those now where I will be doing that kind of thing. And a lot of people do that too. They do merch along with other things when they do different giveaways. So that's what I'm going to be doing when I hit the 1,000 next, where I'm going to be giving away a personal license plates like this one right here, like coming in the reply. And then I think I have an eBay one as well. I got to look in my bag. And then, of course, I'm giving away some merchandise as well. Yeah. Kevin asked, how many listings are you up to now, Johnny? I'm at 2,577. And again, my goal for the end of this month will be 2,600. And if I get past that, then I'll continuously keep on going. Let's see. Never mind. You just answered. Yeah, that's all right, Kevin. It's all good. Trying to get everybody's comments and questions.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, they're doing the 300 sub giveaway tonight. So if you haven't didn't go through and watch what you have to do, you have to watch the video because it's within the video that they tell you what you need to do. So it's not just any particular part of the video. That's something you have to watch and see what they ask you to do to be qualified for the 300 sub giveaway. And it's going to be a big mystery box, they say. If not, it's still would like, yeah. And just also hit the like button on their videos too, or give them a comment. Let's see. Yeah. 100 subbed about a week ago. Yeah. So definitely don't miss that out because they are doing that today. What's that auction again? Today is the Hump Day auction at 3 o'clock on my channel. And then tonight they are doing a benefit fundraiser for Robin and Devin. If y'all don't know who Robin is, she is the one that has because she shed and she's in the hospital. And they're doing a major fundraiser tonight for her. And if you can make it, that'll be there on T and Donna's Auctions for You, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's what I saw the thumbnail on. You're welcome.
Yeah.
Morning, Miss Carol. How are you doing? I don't know how late y'all were last night, but I couldn't stay up no more. So I went to bed. Trent, starting trouble in Goodwill?
Yeah, well, hey, if the shoe fits, I'll lace it up, buddy.
Let's see. Yeah, you got to go back and comment. There'll be a thing you have to watch their video to watch, and that's the Willing and Dealing with Boris and Natasha. You have to go check it out. But you have to watch the video to see what you need to put in there.
Yeah,
Got a little busy yesterday sourcing, so I just dropped my 4th video. I have to go check it out. Yeah.
that's right.
Cool. Good honey. Yeah. So, yeah. So yeah, today I just got a few more things to do, and then I'm gonna get my auction ready today for 3 o'clock with myself and Susanna's Chronicle, and Miss Nancy and our Brandon. And then waiting to hear from someone I sent an email from to see if they still are able to come on today. So we may have a special guest today.
That's right. I got to finish my editing the video that I started yesterday. I was recording all that. I was going to go live with you guys, but my phone, for some reason, it would not link up again because of the signal.
Yeah.
And if you don't have a good signal.
That was okay because we also got off because of Hot Mess Thrifter Amy went live at 11, and then Dawn and Mary went on at 12. So we kind of ended it right at about 11:15ish yesterday.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Well, when I saw you didn't come back on, I figured that's what was going on.
Yeah. Yeah, I kept trying to come back on, and then the thing kept saying.
Well, I noticed yesterday when you were driving, it kept going in and out too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and it's just sometimes if I should have went the other direction. There's 2 ways to get there. I should have went the other direction because I get better signal, but I wasn't thinking about it. We were excited about getting to go thrifted. My cousin, every time we go shopping, I love her to death, but she has to buy 25 purses. And I think yesterday, now I might be exaggerating a little bit on that, but I think yesterday she bought 6 purses. And every time we go, she buys, 5 or 6 purses. And I asked her, I said, how many purses do you have? She said, a bunch. I'm like, yeah, I imagine so. But she always buys the name brand purses. And I told her, she said that she wants to get into reselling on eBay and stuff. And she said, I think I've got plenty of stuff to list already. She said, I'm no joke. I bet she's got 2,000 name brand purses.
Wow.
And
if y'all haven't checked it out, she just posted a new video. I just went to look, and just about a minute ago, she posted a new video. So go check out Thrifty Junkers. There's her link to her channel.
What?
She posted another video a minute ago. She's getting on it.
That's awesome. She just bought a new GoPro
for the Facebook Marketplace. So look out for some better sourcing videos. Yeah,
that's what I'm talking about.
That's a win for our money now.
Yeah.
And of course, that's the Cap Guy and JT's link. Don't forget to put your links in the chat. And let's see, JT, you're at 648 subs. Let's see if we can get him to 650.
Yeah.
Let's get him over that.
Yeah, that's right.
Let's see. What are people feeling about the panel bidding on items from another panel in an auction? What
are people's feelings about panel bidding? If you're on the panel, what are your feelings about the people that's on the panel bidding from another panel in an auction?
That's interesting. If they're that talented, well, let them be. But I don't know. If they're a guest on your show, they should be fully recommended and supporting your channel.
If they're on the panel, I think it should be illegal for them to do a buy it now, like we was talking about the other day.
Well, she didn't say that. She just says about bidding on an item from another panel in another auction.
Right, and that's fine. I think if you want to get in there and bid, and you're not in the auction, like hosting the auction, and you want to bid, I say it's fair game. But I mean, if you're on an auction at one auction and you're bidding on another auction, you're talented.
I was going to say, because I have a hard time when I'm in there watching 2 different auctions to go back and forth and make sure I type the right thing in the right chat.
Yeah, that's right.
Good morning, Steve. And there's Steve's link to his channel. Go check him out. Mimicking You, back by Silver. Hello. Good morning. And
good morning. Hey, that's a good price.
GoPro for Hero lot of us and accessories. Wow, you got a good deal.
Yeah.
Which GoPro? Oh, the Hero 4. Okay, cool. Yep. Kevin says same panel, no good.
Yeah, same panel's no good. That's right.
Jerry, hello. Good morning. How are you doing today?
Good morning, Jerry.
So yeah, if you're in the panel, my opinion, and this is my opinion, Again, I don't, when I'm on live, I don't go and look at other chats and see who's on and all that stuff. I ain't got time for that, because if you're hosting an auction, you got a lot to do. You got to make sure you got the right guest on. You got to make sure you're typing in the chat for those who need things done. You're also doing your own if you're also auctioning in that same auction, and there's a lot that goes behind the scenes. But for me, I would not, my personal self, I would not be in other people's chats while being on the host itself. And of course, my guest, I would hope they would be full attention for when it's their turn. Or a lot of times, what I do in between is say, okay, I'm gonna bring all the guests back on. You know, that kind of thing. So, and again, I can't see what they're doing. I can't control what they're doing. But I think my opinion is they should be full force concentrating on what they're doing in that channel, if they're a panel on a guest on a panel. But then again, that, like I said, that's my opinion. Saying I am hosting someone in my auction showing something, should I bid unless it has no offers? Oh yeah, we had that conversation the other day. Okay. Yeah. What we're saying is, if it's an auction item, it's fair game in the auction on the panel. But if you are a buy it now, there should only be those in the chat, not the panel. And that's what we had that major discussion. I want to say, I think. So I'm hosting a game and someone in my auction shows something. Should I not bid unless it's not? Yeah, if it's an auction item, we had that discussion and everybody basically had. I think the senses were most of everybody was saying yes, it's fair game if it is an auction item and somebody's not bidding and it's not there. Yeah, if you're buy it now, then no. But then again, that's per each. I've seen some auctions where I know in my auctions, what I do with my guests, and I let them know before we get started. If there's something that doesn't sell, you're more than welcome to put a comment in the private chat and let that person know that you want it, unless you want to bid in the chat. Because I hear some people are feeling that if a person in the panel starts bidding, it makes them think that they're actually raising the price up to get more for that item. And I've heard that comment before too. So I think what it is mainly you will need to decide what to do in your own panel. Let's see, if you're on the panel, you are there as a seller, period. Exactly. And that's why a lot of my guests, when they come on, I let them know. I do it too. If it does not have a bid and it goes past, or there is no bid and there's no sale, and I really want that item for the price they're asking, I will type it in the private chat. That way they'll see it, because I even tell them at the beginning before we get started, always keep an eye on the private chat in case if somebody on the panel wants something that wasn't sold. That way we can communicate that way in the background. So I hope that answers your question on the way I do it and the way I see others with their comments.
See, I've done that before just to help people out too. Like if they're bidding, they're auctioning off an item they're trying to get rid of and there's no interest in it at all. And I know that they're really wanting to sell it and they're trying to just get rid of it. And they're like, what about $5 for this Lego set? And nobody's interested in it, then there's a lot of times that I'll go to the private chat and I'll say, hey, look, if it don't sell, then I'll give you your money for it. And that way you're still selling it and I get the Lego set. So, but if there's any interest in it and there's people that are bidding on it, then I'll just stay out of it and I'll let them bid on it.
Right. I just saw you a new video of the mystery flipper. I will be checking that out. I saw you did that about 15 hours ago. So definitely I'm going to go check it out for you.
Pulling all-nighter. I've done that before.
Useless opinion. And that's nothing wrong with that, Kevin. Everybody has their own opinions. And I've seen many ways and different ways of how people do the auctions. Is it right? My opinion, some of them are not. But again, that's my opinion. Will I agree with it? Probably not. But will I stop going there? No. That's just the way they do things. But again, everybody does something different. I know of cases where the panel bids up items. And that's what I've been hearing. That's why when I do auctions, no matter if it's on the Wednesday one or the Saturday with Queen, on the Royal Auction, I always let our guests know if you're wanting to bid on something and nothing's done in the chat, and if, for example, it's pulled because there was no sale, then you can let that person know in the private chat. And I think that's the best way to do it, because it's not making it look like you're raising the price up so that that person get more money for that item. And that's what everybody's, my opinion of what I've been hearing is that's why they don't like some of the chats, because they're doing that. And again, that makes it look like they are definitely bidding up to make the price go up for those in the chat. And that's what a lot of people don't like. Let's see. There are people in the chat bidding up too. Yes, that's a different thing as far as in the chat. But a lot of people think that if someone on the panel is doing it, then it makes them feel like they're raising the price up. Now, I can understand if the price automatically starts by someone else and you want it, then yeah, I see that. But yeah, Johnny is just rampant.
Right.
Rapid. Also, big time auction channels on here actually call people. Yeah, I've heard that happen too.
So let me ask you a question.
When
say you sell something on eBay, okay, and you are waiting on the payment, they offered you a price, and you accepted the price, and then it's been the 2 days after that they should have paid. How do you handle that? What's the best way for you to do? You open?
I go back and send them a reminder. You can do that, but when you do that, that gives them 7 days longer now, or 7 to 14 days that they can actually pay for it. So you just got to be mindful of that. I just let it go out, and if it doesn't go any longer, usually eBay will automatically send them a message. So I really don't. I never had that problem before, except once, but that was because they wanted me, like I said last week, how they called me. They sent me a message saying, could you hold this to the end of March, the beginning of February, beginning of March. I don't get paid till this day. I like it. It's rare. No, okay. Well, you're not going to do that because that's not the eBay regulations. It's not going against it. So that I definitely canceled.
Okay.
But I do give time because I understand, like sometimes lately, I have somebody that might buy something on a Tuesday or Wednesday. By Friday, they're paying on it because it's their payday. I'm assuming because that's how fast they pay.
Right.
I really don't do anything within a week or so. That's just the way I do it. My business portion of it, where I just let it go for about a week, and we'll go from there. And if I didn't hear from them, then I'll send them a reminder.
Okay. Well, like for instance, like the other day I sold a baseball bat. And it's no big deal. The baseball bat, it's been sitting in my store for a little while. You know, I'm not in any rush to sell it. There's nobody watching it, anything like that. And so that's what I did. I just, reminded them, hey, man, look, I would like for you to pay for this so I can send it to you. As soon as you pay, then I will ship it out and be happy to do so.
Right.
But like, for instance, if you've got an item that you've got 15 people watching and you're asking, say, $100 for it, and they come in there and they offer you 95, but you've got all these other watchers on it. Do you go ahead and say, hey, look, I'm going to give you the extra 7 days to pay, or do you go ahead and cancel the item and say, I'm sorry, but you missed out on your chance. I'm going to go ahead and relist it so the other 15 people can.
If they said they wanted, they didn't pay, I would relist it. But you would have to make sure you relist it and then adjust a price accordingly. When you do that. I want to say hello and welcome to Misha Renee. Hello. Wolf Toy Jerry says they're doing what people used to do in the early days of eBay.
Yes.
Should be ethical. Panels should be ethical. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, that's right.
Chuck, it doesn't matter. It doesn't bother me. I know I only spend X amount on something anyway. So I will still stop if it goes above what my amount, and I do the same thing.
Yeah.
But again, I bid if I really want it, and that's the thing. Everybody's different, so I don't think there's any right way or wrong way. It's just that everybody does have opinions, and everybody's opinion does count. So that's why it's good to hear different opinions, and then you do what you want in your channel. When it comes to that.
Whenever I first started this business, Mystery Flipper, that was one of the biggest problems that I faced. Was I was super excited about getting this business up off the ground, getting it rolling, making money, getting all the listings done, making sure all my T's were crossed and my I's were dotted and everything. And I got to the point to where I forgot about my family. And I was so wrapped up in the business trying to grow it that I wasn't making time to spend with the family. And to hear you say that, you know, you got to get all this stuff to pull, if you have to pull an all-nighter so you can still spend time with your kids, that is fantastic. Because at the end of the day, we do this for our family. We do this to make money, to provide for them, and so they can have a better life. And so, yeah, I had to get my priorities back in a row. And there's been times that I'm like, okay, you know, enough is enough. I've got to stop. You know, all of this stuff that I'm trying to do right now will be here tomorrow. Right now, I've got my family's in the house and they're all watching movies together and they're all spending time together, and I need to be in there with them. So,
all right. I also want to say hello to Dawn and Mary at Two Hip Chicks. They do come on at 12 o'clock today, so don't forget to check out their channel. Mary, Dawn, don't forget to put your link in the chat so they can go and check out your channel. They do a live chat every Tuesday and Thursday. Right. Now that we're on the topic of auctions, I was thinking about how to bring this into the topic or a part of a topic. Now that we're talking about online auctions, I have an opinion about something that is just my opinion. I would love to hear your feedback about this particular feedback. And I'm going to give an example of something before I go any further. Say, for example, I'm doing an auction. I'm only saying this in my I'm not putting anybody's names out or anything like that. I'm just saying in general. Say, for example, I'm going to show an item. And I go to show this, and I know what it is, but I didn't test it, okay? So I'm showing the bid, and I'm telling everybody about it. It's a chain. It's a rope chain. It's a silver tone. But I didn't test it. Now, if I'm given an item, say I'm starting at $8, $10, $20, whatever the case may be, and I show it, is it fair that if you show something you did not test it before it goes to auction, then all of a sudden somebody runs into the chat and says, oh, did you test that? Well, no, I didn't. Is it right for me to just test it on the spot? Now, mind you, a bid's already been started. It's already been in place to what the starting bid is. But then all of a sudden, they're going to come back and say, okay, I'm going to test it. And it's 10 karat gold, 20 karat gold, whatever the case may be. But they didn't test it prior. Is that something they should be doing on a live when you present it as what it is? It's whatever. And then you then say, no, I did not test it. So for me, I would let that person who bid and bought and won the bid, let them test it. Now, maybe I might put after just to see. Did I mess up? Did I make a mistake? But for me, my thought is it should not be done on the air, on that auction, once it already started a bidding cycle and you presented it at, I don't know what it is, but here it is, and I'm offering $5, $10, $12, $20, whatever the starting bid is.
Right.
But then somebody else can come in the chat and say, well, did you test it? No.
Well, see, my opinion on that, and like you said, this is just my opinion.
Right.
I believe that you ought to be prepared. If you're going to take the time to list the item on auction and you want it to get top dollar, then you need to pre-test it before you ever go live. If you don't care what it sells for, or if you just don't have time, then you take whatever offer you get and you let people know that it is untested, and you don't take the time to test it right there in front of everybody. Like, say I was going to this phone, you know, does it work? I don't know. I ain't tested it. But we're going to start the bid off at $2. And if whatever it goes to, it goes to. And you get the opportunity to test it whenever you get it at your property, whenever you buy it. You say I auctioned it off for, say, $15, and it's a brand new phone that I just never tested. And yes, it works fine and everything. That's great. You know, you just got a really good deal on a phone. And that's the way I see it is, you know, no, you should not test it live. If you want it to bring more money, then you should do the research before you go live. And if you don't have time, then, you know, you just get what you get.
Two hip checks. I'm so glad you reminded. Today is Wednesday, duh. So they don't go live today. It's Tuesdays and Thursdays. Today is Wednesday. Kevin says, make sure y'all sub to Johnny. He is at 759. Let's go. Not Trent, though, because he starts trouble at Goodwill.
I didn't start any trouble. I was just telling them the facts. You know, they shouldn't sell things that are broken and like that, and that can harm somebody. I mean, don't get me wrong. I've bought broken things from Goodwill before, but it's not going to put anybody's life in jeopardy.
All right, Jerry says not for naught. If you didn't do what you should do before the auction, then leave it be, and you'll take the consequences of what happens.
Yes.
Paul says I do test on auction.
Yeah.
Trent, I feel for you, man. I'm closing to quitting and going full time. Wow, congratulations.
That's awesome.
Keeping it balanced as well as possible. Plus, it's Valentine's Day, so wife gets her special weekend. There you go.
Yeah, that's right.
A lot of people are preparing when they are showing their stuff, and I do see that too. To me, that makes it. To me, it seems like they're not preparing themselves and organizing themselves before an auction.
That's right.
But again, some people do that. That's how they do their auctions.
That's like whenever I sold the records, the vinyl records, I had no idea that half of them were signed and autographed. And, you know, it is what it is. It's too late now. Whenever I got shown them, they're like, hey, is that autographed? I was like, I don't know. I don't know anything about records.
I think untesting is totally fine. You can get good deals with untested stuff. So no need to be to be more prepared if you're selling it and saying untested. Chuck says, I'll give you that $15 for that phone, Trent.
No, buddy, because then I wouldn't have no way to get on my
Yeah, it is.
Mobily.
Let's see. So, anywho, I'm glad that everybody's got different comments and thoughts about that, because it's, again, you just never know what people are thinking, you know, and that's what it's about. Talking about something you may have an idea of or thought of, and you want to share it with others and get others' opinions, you know, because that's what it's about. Well,
plus, if you say it's untested, and whenever you get in there, you're like, okay, and somebody puts a bid in for untested, whatever, and you're like, okay, I'll give you $5 for it. Then you're like, oh, somebody comes in and says, hey, is that tested? And you're like, no, let me test it real quick. And then you find out, oh, man, this is 14 karat gold or 3 karat gold or whatever.
Hello, Flippin' Accounting, Justin. Hello, good morning and welcome. And here's Jerry.
Then the price.
Good
morning. Yeah,
go ahead, Trent.
On that, it goes back to what we've always talked about. If you don't do your homework beforehand, then you can't be doing it in front of the person, because it just makes you look bad.
Yeah.
You know, it's like if you take like this statue and you say, okay, I have this
Bugs Bunny.
I want to sell. You know, and they say, well, what is it? You say it's Bugs Bunny. Yeah, and that's it. When all you got to do is look at the bottom and it tells you what it is.
Mm-hmm.
But if you don't do your homework and say, well, oh, this is from this, and you look it up beforehand, so this way, when someone says, well, what is it? Well, this was the first statue that when you joined Warner Brothers memorabilia shop.
What's up, Doc?
The first one that they did. They never did no more after this because it just never went nowhere. But this was the only one. So it's, you know, very limited, very hard to get.
Right.
You have the box, you show them the box and everything. And then now people will say, oh, okay. But when you say, it's Bugs Bunny, I don't know. You know, now it's like going to a car dealership and you ask the guy about the car and he says, it's a car. Are you going to buy that car from that person?
No.
There you go. So why would you expect someone that if you're going to hold up a chain and say, I have this chain, it's silver, and they'll say, well, is it real silver? I don't know, but buy it from me. You're going to say, I'm not going to buy that from you.
Unless the price is right. If the price is right and they starting to bid off at $1, then maybe somebody will buy it. But
maybe on something like that, when you say like when it's $1. But even if you go to a car place and they say, well, I'm going to start the car off at $1,000, you're going to be like, it's a nice price, but I don't know.
Does it run? Are the wheels going to fall off of it? You know, that's the questions you ask is, you know, if you're going to go buy a vehicle and they're wanting $1,000 for it, first thing I'm going to ask them is, does it run?
There you go.
And if they don't know if it runs or not, then I'm just going to pass.
But there you go. But if the guy says, well, gee, I'm not sure, then you're going to walk away.
Exactly.
That's the same thing in an auction. If you don't know what you're selling, how are you going to sell it to me, the buyer, if you have no clue? So I understand that, you know, some of these people, they say, well, just test it out. And I'm like, no, that's not right.
Yeah.
You can't do that because then all that just shows is that you're like manipulating the system almost.
Right.
You know, so it is fun sometimes buying from people that have no clue.
Carol says, even if I do the research on something and just don't know the brand, the challenge, I guess.
Yeah.
The chat tells me what it is help. The chat tells me what it is helps the seller. Understandable if someone makes mistakes once in a while. That is understandable.
Yeah.
Yes, I love even buyers.
A lot of these auctions, and a lot of times I'll see it where they'll hold up this. Okay, I got this. Well, what is it? I don't know, but I have it.
It's an eye expander.
You know, and then you say, then I have this. I don't know what this is, but buy it. You know, you're like, that's just laziness on that seller's part.
Nisha says, yes, I love buying from people who don't know what the value is, or their value. I'll take a gamble on it.
The only place where I'll usually do that is like at a yard sale.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because they're just putting out their stuff to get rid of it.
Right.
They don't really care.
Yeah.
And so if you go there and they have like an old doll that's there, and well, like perfect example, I was at a yard sale over the weekend. They had an old game. I forget the name of it. It's in the garage still. And it was from 1968 on the box, it said. I was like, cool. When I lifted it up, there was some weight to it. And they had $1 sticker on it. I opened it up to see if the stuff was in there. Well, the toy wasn't in there, but they had old buttons. You know the old kind where the metal ones where you had to fold the top down to, you know, put it on your shirts or whatever. The old kind of buttons, not the pin back, but the other kind. They had a whole bunch of those in there. So I looked and I'm like looking at the person that is selling, and I'm like, so this is $1? And she says, yeah. So I put the cover back on. I was like, here's $1. I'm like, that's fine, because even though I might be able to sell just the box alone for $1, the buttons inside are worth more money.
Right.
So because of their silliness, to put it nicely, of not knowing what they had in the box, they gave away a lot of money.
Right.
Right.
But you say, well, hey, you want to be that silly and do this, I'll take it from you. Not a problem. But on here, you won't see me do that. I won't pull up the box and say, okay, I got this box here. And then you say, well, what's in the box? I don't know, stuff. You know, I'm not going to say that. I'm going to say, well, this is what's in the box. You know, and I'll sell you what's in the box as well. Right. And I already know.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, but to do that here on the auction, sometimes I don't get it. To me, it just, like I said, it just shows me that the person has no clue as to what they're doing.
Well, Misha makes a good point, though. She says if you're starting it out cheap, you're leaving it up to the buyer to do the research. That's fine with me as a buyer. You get good stuff, deals. You get good deals with that way.
Yeah, and then she says what she don't like, and I've seen this happen before too. Is whenever, like, say I've tested this phone, okay, and I know all about this phone. I know that it's worth $100. And then I've seen people get on eBay say, yeah, this phone's going for $400 on eBay. And then you're like, you get excited because you don't have time to go do all the research and everything on the phone before the auction's over or before the bid's up. So you're kind of having to take that person's word for it and be like, okay, so if I give them $100 for that phone, but it's selling for $400, then that's a good buy. And then you buy the phone in the auction, and then you get it home and you realize, oh no, it's only going for $40. It's not going for $400. That because they just said, oh man, it's going for such and such money, and it's not. And that's wrong in my book too.
I've been in chats that I've seen that happen. I've seen people in the chat say this is what it's going for. But if you look on it and you're doing your research while an auction's going on, I don't look at what they listed it for because that's just what they want. I'm looking at what's sold.
Right.
They're telling me what they're selling for.
That's right.
And that's not right that somebody goes on a chat while doing an auction to do that. And I've seen others that got timed out for doing that on other auctions.
Yeah.
That's just something you don't do.
No, you're not supposed to.
No.
If you don't know what it is that you're buying, and usually, true, Carol, but that's only because I've been doing this longer. That's the only reason why. And this is what we're trying to do. We're trying to help everyone to say, do your homework, know what it is that you're buying or selling.
Yeah.
This way, you don't have to worry about, oh, let me go check and see what eBay's selling it for, or what Amazon has it, or what Facebook Marketplace. You already basically know that this is going for this price, and this is what you can get for it. It's just doing your homework is all it is.
Yeah.
Well, another thing is if
do your
if somebody
homework,
tells you in the chat, oh, you need to test that. Can you test? Did you test that? And no, can you test that? Or you need to test that. Well, then that's not right because it's already been bidded on. It's already been presented as I don't know. But then once it gets tested, then that hurts the channel, because I say the channel, but it hurts to where then all of a sudden you already have somebody bidding, and then all of a sudden it just goes wildfire because of the fact it's something totally different than at the beginning being presented.
It causes it causes hard feelings whenever somebody's been sitting there bidding on an untested item, and then now all of a sudden it's tested and it's real, and you're like, man, I've been bidding on that, and now you got 4 other people bidding on it, and they're a lot higher, and you're like, I'm not going to pay that. I'm not going to afford it. I just lost out on it. And originally,
I just lost out on getting something that was good. I mean, I won't mention the person's name, but I was going into auctions, and no, I'm not being demeaning, Carol. I'm just saying that you just need to learn what it is that you're selling, is all it is. It's not demeaning. Everybody starts from ground zero and works their way up.
Yeah.
And you always have to learn. It's not being demeaning, Carol. I'm not knocking anybody down. And like I said, it's not being insulting. You just have to learn your items.
Yeah.
Is all it is. Go to any business and they know what it is that they're selling. And that's what it is. You're not being demeaning to the person. You're just saying, do your homework. Any business place will tell you that.
Right.
And like Wendy says, both buyer and seller need to do their homework.
Yeah.
Fine, I won't sell again. Carol's getting mad at me now. But I was going into auctions, and if I started bidding on something, the person that was moderating the auction would say, oh, it must be good because Jerry's bidding on it. Next thing you know, the price now goes up. And it's like, well, that's not good, because here I was going to get something cheap, but now they go and jump on it because they say, oh, it must be a good item, and now it runs up the price.
Yeah. Hello, Wendy. Welcome. Also, Jennifer, hello and welcome. I'm fine. I won't sell again. Oh, my Lord Jesus, Miss Carol.
She's taking it personal, and it's
Don't take it personal.
No, it's
Don't
just
think the seller needs to do any other research, but does guess. If you don't know, just don't mislead.
There you go.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
And these are just opinions, and people are just stating their opinions. It's not, nobody's getting finger pointing or anything like that. Everybody's got different opinions about what's going on. And when topics come up, that's what's good about it. Because again, at the end, we're all still friends. We still can go back and talk to each other. But the point is, when the topic comes up, we just go and go with it. That's all.
Nope. See, she says she's upset.
I'm sorry to hear that, Miss Carol.
No, you're not supposed to be upset, Carol. Everybody does what they want to do. I'm just saying that I wouldn't buy from if you're not going to know what it is. But that's me.
And Jennifer makes a good point. It's good that the buyer sometimes, when the seller doesn't know what they really have, that happens. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen others when I first started. I watched a couple other people that didn't know what they had, and then next thing you know, they get their package in the mail, and it's something way more than what they said it was, which was good for the buyer.
Yeah.
And that happens, but
it does.
It's just a topic we're discussing, and we're not pointing fingers. We're not saying anything bad. It's just a matter of everybody's.
You do what you feel comfortable with.
Right.
If that's the way you feel for selling, then that's what you do. And if you want to run your auction that way and say, hey, I'm going to test it while I'm here, then you test it while you're there.
Hello, Dawn.
Hello, Dawn.
Hello. Hold on.
How you doing?
Had to mute you.
Yeah.
So my opinion.
All right, go ahead.
Because you know me, I got one. As long as it's being done during the auction, as far as like like you said, you bring it in. I haven't tested it, but if somebody asked a question and said, "Well, can you test it, or can you plug it in and test it?" In my case, it'd be more of a plug it in than test the metal. But
Right.
and if I can plug it in while I'm sitting right there and the auction is still going on, I'll show what I can show as far as functionality and stuff.
Right.
So if it happens, if it happens after the auction, I guess at that point you've got what you've got. But I don't have a problem with people looking at things or inspecting things or testing things during an auction, because then you find out if it works or not, and then the bid can go up.
Right.
But
Yeah.
that's just me. There's my 2 cents.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If that's the way you want to do it, go right ahead. It's not demeaning anybody. It's not knocking anybody down. That's the way you want to run your show. That's the way you want to run your show. I've done so many different conventions in the 40 years that I've done shows, and every promoter runs the show basically a little bit different than the other person.
You've been doing these things for 40 years?
Yes.
Wow.
I'm
He's a
old.
good man.
I ain't even
Old
been
man.
alive for 40 years, Jerry.
Oh yeah.
And this is why I'm saying that you can go into one auction and, like with the thing, the 4 of us are here, we're running the auction. Johnny says, no, you can't bid on anything, doesn't matter how much you want it. That's the way he wants to run it.
Right. Yeah.
Go to Dawn's auction, it's the 4 of us again, but she says, if you want, no, I'm not saying that I'm great, Carol, my goodness.
Again, Carol, and I'm only taking opinions here on this. My opinion is just like anybody else's. We all start from somewhere at the ground zero.
Yep.
It just so happened he has 40 years over what we have. I've been only doing this for a year and a half. I've only been doing auctions for a little over a year. But the thing is, Jerry's way experienced than I am, so I will listen to some of the things that he has. Doesn't mean I have to take and use it and implement it in my channel. But again, it's just a matter of his opinion and how long he's been doing it compared to Dawn and how long she's been doing it. Everybody does it in a different way. So once you learn what works for you, you do it. You do it for you.
Yeah.
And that's what you go with.
And
In the
something
grand
else.
scheme of things, 2 minutes. I've been doing it 2 minutes.
Yeah, that's right. And that's like something else with Jerry. He said earlier, if Jerry's bidding on it, I'm going to bid on it because it's got to be worth something. Well, that's not necessarily the case.
Right.
Because just because Jerry's bidding on it, first of all, he may want it for his personal collection and he may be paying up for it. And then secondly,
because I want it for me, not to resell.
Right. Secondly, he may have more education and more information on how to sell it differently than what we do. Because like for the records, for instance, for me, the only reason I bought them was to sell them. Right. So whenever I got in here, I got to realizing I have no idea anything about records. I don't know anything about them. So I was like, okay, I just want to get rid of them. So whatever they sell for is whatever they sell for. Jerry bought them from me because he's got more experience doing that kind of thing. And that's great. But
he can, in the box.
he can sell them faster than I can and get more money for them because he knows what he's doing. And I don't. So I just, it's
not that I know what I'm doing. It's if I see something like that, I look at the long run. I can hold on to that for a lot longer because it's not going to bother me.
Yeah. So you don't know what you're doing.
I don't worry about it. I'm like, if I don't sell that for another 2 years, I'm like, that's fine.
Yeah.
But right now it's in my collection. And I think when someone says, "Oh, you got signed albums?" Yeah, I got signed albums.
But here's what I'm saying. But you do know what you're doing whenever it comes.
Like I said way before on Johnny's channel here, even though I've done this for this long, I am still learning.
Absolutely. We all are.
You have to.
We all are.
Yeah.
Because you can't just say, well, okay, I'm just going to do this and that's it. And you're stuck with it. No, you always have to learn.
Yeah.
And like we said, and it's not picking on anybody and it's not telling anybody what to do. You run your show the way you want to run your show.
Right.
Don't worry about what If people say, well, I don't like it because every time she comes on, she starts talking political things first. Well, then don't go there.
Right.
I don't like it because he's always, with, promoting this group and saying do this and do that. Well, then don't go there.
Yeah.
But if you listen to some of the stuff that they say, some of it may help you in putting on a better presentation.
Yeah.
So this way, people will say, oh, okay, that's cool.
Yeah. See, like Perlini's saying, a great point, a car salesman should know his cars. I actually got a job as a car salesman one time. And for the first 3 weeks, everybody else was selling cars like crazy, and I wasn't selling anything. And it's because whenever I got in there, I had to learn the size engines that was in the car. I had to learn, the benefits of the vehicle. I had to learn all that kind of stuff. And I finally made a sale and realized this is not for me. I'm not going to be a car salesman. And it's time for me to start looking for another job, because you have to know all the ins and outs, and people want to know the crash rating. They want to know, what's the top speed, what's the cubic inch displacement. They want to know everything about this car. So, and you have to know that kind of stuff in order to tell them. I mean, because if they come in there and they're like, I want to buy this car, what's the cubic inch displacement on this vehicle? And you say, I don't know. Oh, well, what's the crash rating? I don't know. Well, how many people can it hold? I don't know. They're not going to buy the car.
But the counter to that point would be, if you've got an auctioneer, doesn't necessarily have to be an expert in everything they're selling.
No,
right.
Or a reseller doesn't have to be an expert on everything they're selling.
Right.
So to come in and say, I have this, I haven't tested it, I don't know what it is, or I don't know how it works, it's totally fine. It's up to the bidder to know what it is and to figure that stuff out.
But
so
that's what we're saying is that both sides need to know.
Well, you educate yourself gradually, yes.
And if they want to run, now I'm not going on a tangent. Never. I just don't want Carol to feel that we're picking on her. If she wants to test all the time, because sometimes that's a good thing, because then if you hold the thing there and you say, here it is, it's being tested, there's your proof. Now the buyer can't say anything.
Yeah.
Because now you're showing that, hey, this came out at 0.05, grams of silver, and you can't turn around later on and say, well, when I got this, it tested out at 0.02. No. We got video proof showing that it tested out at this. And
well, like, for example, say somebody's showing something and they say it's marked 10 karat or 12 karat or whatever gold, and you don't test it because you don't have the equipment to test it, and then they buy it as is because you're telling them that's what it is, and then they get it in, and next thing you know, it's either electroplate or whatever, and it's not showing up gold. Then that's a problem, because then now you're misrepresenting what you're selling.
Right.
But if you tested before and you do say, okay, I don't know what this is, but it is marked this. It does have a marking of 10 karat. It does say Italy or whatever the case may be, but I have not tested it. And then they still buy. Then it's on the buyer, because you did tell them, no, I did not test it. This is what it's marked. This is what I see. Do I know it is? No. So then once you sell it at that, then of course it's up to the buyer to determine what they want to do.
Yeah.
Changing the subject.
Yes, go ahead.
Because Boris and Natasha want us to change the subject. Look what I'm playing with today.
Oh, cool.
Is that the one you were talking about? Something with a belt or something on it?
Yeah, I've got the belt on it is totally like rubberized, so nasty. So I'll be playing with this today.
That's awesome.
Did you have to get a new belt?
I'm going to get a new belt for it. I have a belt, so I've got to get it.
Get the cover off and put the new one
on it.
Right.
Plus, I've got parts.
Oh, that stuff that came out of it.
Needle.
Yeah, that's the cartridge that came out of it. Yeah. That's how it was too. So I'm gonna have a good time. But yeah, the tinkering with stuff is the stuff I enjoy. So
right.
But yeah, changing subject. There you go.
Are those records on your wall back there behind you?
Back here?
Yeah, is that records?
Yeah, they're record covers from like K-Tel and Ronco and all those, multiple hit records that they came out.
What did you do with the records that were in them?
They look cool.
They
I
Wall
like it.
decoration.
Barbara makes a good point. She says, whatever you do, be consistent.
That's right.
Exactly.
That's right.
And people, wait,
Like with selling on eBay. You know, the good thing about selling on eBay is you don't have to know everything.
move on.
Like most of the time, I'll run across products and I'll be at the yard sale or whatever, and it'll have a barcode on it, and I'll realize, hey man, this thing, if it works, it's selling for $150, and I have no idea what it is, and I don't even care because somebody out there knows what it is.
Right.
And
Somebody usually does, yes.
I will buy it and list it. Like yesterday, I bought a cervical bone growth stimulator. Okay. And I checked to make sure I could sell it because a lot of medical stuff you cannot sell on eBay without having permission. And I checked beforehand, and I actually listed it in the store before I bought it. And it was selling for $15 in the store. So, and they're selling for $333. There's 4 that has been sold, and there's only 1 listed. So I went ahead and paid the lady the $15 for it. And like I said, I have no idea what a cervical bone stimulator growth thing is.
Sounds intimidating to me.
Yeah, it does.
But
say hello and good morning to Mara from Buying Spaces. She's in the chat with us from her hospital bed. So good to see you. I hope you're getting well soon, and that your therapy helps you get to moving around a little bit more, and hopefully you can start walking soon.
Yeah.
I'll get a ton. And she's Myra says, "Do you have any record albums?" Yeah, I got a ton of them.
Yeah,
I don't know if you mean record or if you mean recorder ones.
I had a bunch, but I sold them to Jerry. Now I only have 4, and they're all Winnie the Pooh Disneys from the 1960s.
And I want to say one more thing about the topic. Like Permini says, any and all auctions, sometimes you will be something that you're going to have to learn. So again, in this case, she says some auctions, it has been fun to learn together. Mm-hmm. And that's the biggest thing about this is you keep needing to learn, to improve, to get better, no matter what the situation is. And that's the thing about this is just something you make sure you keep yourself open-minded that you will always have something to learn every time you do it.
True.
Yes. If you got to have the willing to learn to keep on and improving.
Chuck said he gets nervous when somebody tells him you need a belt, especially if he's bent over.
That's the bad part. That's
Wrong kind of belt.
Yeah, this belt is falling apart, as you can see. It's toast.
Oh yeah.
Oh wow.
Totally.
It is definitely in pieces.
It's in pieces.
How did Pastor Klein say that? I fall to pieces.
Yeah.
Off key. Picky and Nikki. Hello, Picky Nikki. Good morning. Hello and welcome.
Good morning. It's great to see you this morning.
I'll pay up for
Are you all set for the next snowstorm you're getting, Johnny?
I'm sorry, what?
Are you all set for the next snowstorm you're getting?
Yeah. We had it was like 5 or 6 inches yesterday, and now mind you, that was on top of what we had for the weekend, and then we got more coming by this weekend. So yeah.
I'd love to install a heated driveway. I think that would be a great thing.
Oh my God, yeah.
Install that heated driveway, dude.
Yeah, really. Make it from the belt to the chair this morning. Oh, okay. That is good to hear.
Yes, that's awesome.
Little steps, man.
You're not understanding because you're not stupid, Carol.
What it is, if someone buys it and makes a ton of money, I'm happy. But don't understand because I'm stupid. No, that's not true, Mary. Oh, Mary. Carol.
Nope.
The flipping sports guy. Good morning, hello, and welcome. This does not mean that anyone is stupid.
Nope.
This is just something to learn from that we all need to do our homework before we bring anything up for auction.
As best you can.
As best you can. That's all it is. Yeah. Nobody's stupid. Just like no questions are stupid questions because if you don't ask it, you won't know your answer. But again, not everybody's going to have the same answer or opinion. Kevin
says, everybody's got one.
10 inches here. Wow. Yeah, we still got a good bit on that. I took a little small video of it yesterday. I had a heated driveway in New York. It is so wonderful. Really?
They are nice. Heated sidewalks, heated driveways.
I didn't know they had that. I thought it was just a joke.
Yeah.
No, they've made them. They had them around our city hall when I was working in Lynn, Massachusetts. They had them there that they had the heated sidewalks.
I didn't know.
Yeah, one of the towns, Holland, Michigan, they have heated sidewalks downtown.
Yep.
Because they really have no place to put the snow. So
right. Oh, I can understand that then.
Yeah.
Yeah, right now I live in a cul-de-sac, and every part that's not a driveway is full of snow. They have no other way where to put it.
That works.
That's it. That's
Yeah.
what happens. Next thing you know, it's up to your second floor window, and you can get in that way.
Yeah, long time. Yeah, I thought it was a joke too, Patrick.
Says the guy from Florida. Thank you.
No, that's why I moved down to Florida, because we got tired of having snow that went past our first floor windows.
I know. We're talking about how you've been doing this for a long time, but also you and Paul's been doing this together for a long time, haven't y'all?
Yeah, I've been dealing with Paul for about 30 years.
Condolences.
And
Sorry,
like I
sorry
said,
to hear that.
I'm 60 right now. I started doing this when I was 5 years old with non-sport cards.
That's cool.
Yeah, I didn't even know either, Picky Nicky. I didn't know that was. I thought it was a joke.
They had sports cars back in.
No, well, yeah,
Yeah.
they had sports cards back then. We even had bubble gum with them, okay?
Paul in the house.
That was before cell phones, wasn't it?
Now, you
Oh,
rode your
the only way you
dinosaur
called
down to the
somebody
card
was you yelled
store.
out your window.
Well, you got to remember too. That was even before pagers too. If you know what that is.
Get the tin can and like, hello.
They had that before too. Yeah.
Yeah, we had all that fun stuff.
So
Yeah.
wrong.
Sports
Yeah.
cards were in the stone
Or
back
chisel
then.
stuff,
Yep.
yeah. Well, I'm going to get off. I just want to say, hey, thanks again.
Yeah,
Remind you,
thank
Wednesday.
you.
We're not on this afternoon, so
I realized that after you put it in the chat. It's like, wait a minute, today is Wednesday. Duh.
we're not on today. Wait a minute. What? Wait, what?
I know. It made you think too, huh?
Yeah, it scared me for a second. I'm like, wait, what?
You know what's so weird? I
Yep,
even
they
said
were
you're on
called
today at
tobacco
12, but then I came back and said you're on every Tuesday and Thursday at 12.
Yeah,
Like,
that's right.
what? No worries. Thanks for having us on. Or thanks
Thank
for having
you.
me on.
It's always good and a pleasure to have you on and any topic we talk about.
You bet.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Thank
Take care,
you.
guys.
I
Everybody
guess
have a
they
great
play nice
You
with the
too.
money.
All right, go back to flipping. The flipping sports guy says there were called tobacco cards back then. The cards were on stones back then.
Yeah, that's right.
Wait, cell phones, the phones you use to make your call from jail.
Jail.
Oh, yes, indeed. That's pay phones. Let's see here. Trent, did you find anything good through the thrifting yesterday?
Yes, I did. I actually went to several thrift stores and I got it all on camera until my batteries died. And I will have to film the ending today, and then I will upload that video sometime today. And anyway, we got really good deals on some vintage stereo receivers, new in the box. The lady, I actually opened up one of them to make sure that's what it was. And they were all sealed, and they were the Pioneer stereo receivers, and they're selling for around $450 to $500 a piece. And I asked her, I said, how much are you asking on these? And she's like, honey, I'm just trying to get rid of them. I was like, okay, well, give me a price so I can kind of, negotiate with you a little bit. And she said, how about $20? I said, I'll take all of them. And she said, okay, great. So I got to walking around there, and she had a little box full of Nintendo Wii games. There's probably 30 to 50 games in there. I hadn't counted them. There's a bunch. And I kind of flipped through there and made sure they were in their cases a little bit. And I was like, how much for the whole box of stuff? And she said, are you wanting the Wii or just the games? And I said, well, if the Wii's here, I'd like to have the Wii too. And she said, okay, how about we do 50 for the whole box with the Wii, all the games, the controls, all that extra stuff, and everything else that's in the box, which had some brand new Bibles in it, which one of them's a teen kids study Bible, and it had some extra stuff in there. And I was like, I'll tell you what, I was like, how about will you throw in this speaker here and I'll give you the 50 for it? And she said, how about we do 65? And I said, all right, how about you throw in this other box over here and you throw in this one receiver over here, because she had another vintage receiver that I didn't buy. It was just sitting off to the side. That was it's called an Okio, something like that receiver. And I was like, how about you throw that in for 65? And she's like, I don't know. And I was like, I know you want to. You know you want to. Just say yes. And she's like, Okay, fine. So I ended up spending right at $90 on all of the receivers and the Wii and all that stuff. And I got all of that for $90. And then I went to a thrift store and I picked up some Legos new in the box. One of them selling for $189 and the other one is selling for like $150. And I got some brand new tennis rackets that are called G Tour something. And I looked them up and they're selling for like $220 for if you have a pair. And I have two of them. And I paid $5.99 a piece for those. I bought some Zumba workout equipment for $5. I bought the ortho cervical bone stimulator thing for $15. Like I said, selling for $333. I bought the guitar for Guitar Hero, which is really cool. If you can find the rare Guitar Heroes, okay, I've sold two of them already. They look like lightning bolts, and they have holes in them to where the air, it makes them lighter. If you can find the guitar for Guitar Hero, they go for anywhere from $80 to $150 a piece. Okay, it's got to be the rare ones, and I paid $3 for one yesterday, and they're fantastic.
So the one you got is rare.
Mm-hmm.
Can you show us? While you do that, I want to say real quick, Thrifty Junker has a question in reference to, can you add extra insurance on higher priced items when you go to do the printing on the label? When you do, you have to check. There's a check mark. If you do priority, it automatically comes up with the first 100. But anything that you want to have extra insurance on, you have to check off the little box. Then open up a little other box that you have to put how much more insurance you want to cover on the value of that item. And so the first 100 is free, but the rest you can pay extra for. On any items that you want to put insurance on, it's up to you.
Yep.
Jerry, do you know, Jerry, who is the Marvel superhero that's in a wheelchair?
That's Professor X from the X-Men.
There we go. Let me get back here because the chat just flew right here. Here we go. Wings of Love, Lady Haynes, Professor, what's up, Paul? Also, Jerry is in a different, Jerry, in a different genre?
I'm in a different genre and hope he would know what he's talking about.
All right.
Every place is different. This is why we're saying you just ask, and everybody has a question. You try to answer it, and you take what little pieces from it, and you go from there.
Exactly. And you put into whatever you can and learn from it and implement it. That is a good thing, statement, Kevin. Anytime you purchase books from anywhere, whether no type of Bible or whatever book, always check and thumb through all the pages because you just never know how much money is hidden in those books. I bought a book before that was a little small children's Bible, and I got it for $25. I get back home, go through everything, and all of a sudden I'm going through the book, and that flies out with $100 bill. So you just never know.
Yep. And that's the same thing with either pocketbooks or wallets.
Yep.
Because we were always taught that if you buy a new wallet for somebody, you're supposed to put money in it.
Right. Just like when somebody buy a knife from somebody and you give it as a gift to somebody, depending on what it is and how big it is, you're supposed to give out copper and coins to give it back to that person who you actually got it from.
For some luck.
For luck, right. Lego Man, hello, and welcome while he's getting this item ready. I'm trying to get through here. You ready?
What is a guitar?
Yeah. All right. See, it says $199.99 right there, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
You got to turn your green screen off.
Yeah, let me turn my green screen off. All right. What you do is you take the Wii remote and you hook it up right here.
Uh-huh.
And you put it in the back.
Right.
That way you can have the actual remote right here.
Right.
And this folds in.
Right.
And this needs to be cleaned up. It's dirty.
Right.
But this is a lot of them will have like the logos and the stickers and stuff like that on them. I always take the stickers off of them I don't ever leave the stickers on them. And the reason is because just because you like the stickers on it, don't mean the guy that's buying it wants the stickers on it. And this is the one that, like you just seen, is $199.95 or $199.99. But if you can find this one, or there's one that looks like,
the picture you showed us, it looked like it had some, it had a sticker on it, something, or design on it, or was it just plain white?
On this picture?
Yeah. Oh, I see that. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just plain white.
Those two knob areas, is it missing knobs?
No, it's got all the knobs.
I just couldn't see it.
Yeah, it's got the.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yep.
It's got the whammy bar.
Yeah.
It's got the guitar thing.
Oh, cool.
It's got.
Does that neck come off?
A toggle, huh?
Does that neck come off?
No. Oh, well, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That way it fits in the box better.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking, because some of them don't come off and that one does. Yeah.
Yeah, this one right here's got a little lever right here.
Right, you remove it. Right.
Yeah.
It makes it easier to ship.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But I'm gonna pull up one of the other guitars that I sold for.
The flipping sports guy said he just found one of the same guitar.
Good. Sell it. Absolutely. Sell it.
Make money.
Yeah, that's right. Let me see. Where was it? Here it is. If you can find these guitars like this that have the holes in them, like that, you're looking at some money.
I didn't even need it made with the holes like that.
Especially if you can find one that's got the red in it. If you can find a red in it, it is a extremely rare guitar, and they're worth, like the one that I sold looked just like that, but it was red. And the guy, whenever he bought it from me, I think I had it listed for like $220, something like that. I don't really remember exactly how. I'd have to look it back up. But the guy asked me, he said, "How does the whammy bar work?" Because a lot of times, whenever you're sitting here like this and this little whammy bar, if it's got a lot of slack in it, it won't work right.
Really?
And if you can unscrew it and it'll just dangle. See, this right here works good because it's tight. But if it just dangles, then you might as well trash the guitar. Because if the whammy bar don't work, then they're not going to be interested in it.
Right.
But he sent me a message. He asked me, he said, "Does the whammy bar work?" And I said, "Yes." I said, "It does work." And I've double checked and went back out there and made sure and everything. But then I sent him a message, said, "Yeah, it works. It's fine. Are you interested in the guitar?" And he sent me an offer, and I took it because, like I say, if you can pay $3 to $5 for one of these guitars at a yard sale and flip it for $100, that's good money.
Right.
So, yeah.
Now, when you list it, are you listing it with the game or just the guitar itself?
It just depends. Like this one right here, I'm going to list it with the Wii, with the games. I've got Guitar Hero 3 Legends of Rock. I've got Guitar Hero Aerosmith, and all the Guitar Hero games that I've got that I bought with this Wii personally, or this this set that I bought, all of the Guitar Hero stuff is going to go with the Wii.
Oh, okay.
So they're going to have the complete bundle that whenever they buy,
bundle deal. That's good.
Yeah, they're going to buy all of it, and they can rock out as soon as they get it. So
I'm going to cut out because my landscaper is on his way to my backyard. So I got to show.
What about the front yard?
Once again, if Carol's still here, not demeaning you or anything, Carol, I love you too much to do that. So don't take nothing personally. It's just an opinion.
That's right.
And like I say, I'm an a-hole more than most people, so don't worry about it.
The first step is always admitting it, right?
That's right. You can admit it, then you can move on from there.
Well, have a good day.
All righty.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Be careful, buddy.
Bye.
Good morning, hello, and welcome to Peddling Profits. Good morning, hello, and welcome.
Good
And for
morning.
everyone that had to type it in the chat while we were talking, and everyone, all the guests were talking, I want to thank you for coming in and showing your love and support in the mornings. Don't forget to put your links for your YouTube channel in the chat, as well as helping each other out by checking your subscriptions and also making sure you have all the notifications, because that is always free. As well as if you have any platforms that you sell on and you want to promote and let others see what you're selling, especially those that are new to the community, that helps them give an idea of what they should be sourcing or looking for things to source while they're outsourcing.
That's right.
Gary is my favorite a-hole. It's so good to see you, Miss Mara, and I'm glad to hear you're able to start doing a little bit of walking. That is so good to hear.
Yes, that's right.
The power of prayers.
That's absolutely. The Thrifty Junker says she got 3 guitars, drums, rock hero, rock band, microphone, all for $50.
Wow.
That's a good deal.
Yeah.
Real good deal. And which 3 guitars did you get? Because like I said, you may be able to double your money just on one of the guitars. So that's.
Is this on your last Goodwill you did, Thrifty Junker? Because she just put out a video this morning.
I hadn't seen it yet.
A Goodwill video.
Okay. I'm going to have to check it out.
Because that's the only one I haven't watched yet.
I like watching her videos. She does good.
Let's see. Actually, this is the second part of her haul video.
Oh, okay.
From Goodwill.
Okay.
I have it still up waiting the queue to play after later.
Yeah.
Want some more work. Let's see. I am sleepy. Worked all night. Have a good night. It's so good to see you. I know you've been having some times where you have missed the show in the morning, but it's so good to see you. And I know you've been getting the first points chats when the live goes up in comments. So thank you. I'm amazing what you can get by with
when you're on pain meds.
True. Yeah. I need to go watch her last video. She also put another video out while she was in the hospital.
Yeah, that's right.
So if you haven't checked out Mara's videos, definitely go check them out. She's still putting them out even if she's in the hospital bed. So
that's right. Absolutely.
Check her out. No, not it. It's not.
Well, I finally got all my item specifics done. That was a chore.
Well, be ready though. Every time you list something new, you may have a few if you don't catch them in your listings. Because I noticed that every time I've been listing lately, I still get about 2 or 3 a day. But I immediately I'd rather do 2 and 3 a day than the whole store.
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely keep on it. Once you get it caught up, definitely go on it every day.
The hardest
to use pain meds unless absolutely necessary. I'm the same way.
The hardest part for me with them stinking item specifics was whenever I sell a bunch of shoes and stuff like that too. Like I say, if it makes me money, I'm going to sell it. I don't care what.
Well, there's only certain categories now that they're going to make you do more. Even by I want to say February 22nd.
Yeah, February 22nd.
There's going to be more item specifics in certain categories, and you should have got an email in your messages on email to tell you what categories will have more now. Yeah,
that's right. And whenever I was going through all of my shoes, I had to go in and put the Euro and the AU sizes in. Like, say it's a women's 8 in Euro or European or whatever it is, they're like 39.5s or something like that. And I had no idea. So I had to do all the research and figure out what each one was. And then Australia size and UK size. And it was a pain.
Right in the tongue of the shoe?
Huh. I just Googled it.
Oh, because if you look at the shoe, because when I do that and I have to go back and add those item specifics, what I do is I do a split screen and I take the item that I have, because I already take pictures of the neck of the shoe with all the information on it. So instead of Googling it or searching it, I just go back to my pictures and I open it double screen, and then I can just get the numbers right off of the pictures.
Okay. Yeah, that probably would have been faster.
Yeah. Let's see. It's necessary currently, but once I am walking, they will be gone. I'm just so glad to hear you're starting to walk again. That's good to hear.
That's right. That's awesome.
Yeah, some item specifics, what it is that I don't understand some of them because it's in my descriptions, it's in my checklist, but for some reason it's not in that one little section at the top that you got to put it in, and they're starting to add all that stuff to it now to where you're going to have to keep up on those. Yeah.
Let me ask you a question. How do you find the motivation to list your items every day and get the?
I do it in a routine. I don't make myself motivated. I do it as a routine. Like when I
Okay.
first wake up in the morning, of course, the first thing is I make coffee, depending on what day of the week it is. If I get up early enough, earlier than 4:30, then usually I don't come down until after Robert goes to work.
Yeah.
Then I bring the dogs out when I first wake up, make sure I got the coffee made, bring the dogs out and all that stuff. But once I hit this room and I hit that door, there's a routine thing I do. Turn the computers on, turn my lights on and my photo station. I come here and I check emails. I reply to
Yeah.
all emails. Then I go into the eBay and I check to see if there's any messages. I look to see if there's any watchers. I look to see if there's any item specifics. I take care of that first thing in the morning while I'm having my coffee because it's like my third one today. But that's what I do when I first wake up. That is
Yeah.
the first thing, and I make myself a routine.
Okay.
Then when I'm done, I make sure if I have the pictures done, or let me just say this: the night before I leave the room, it could be anywhere from 1, 2 o'clock before I go up and start cooking. I usually have my pictures done and or drafts done, whichever comes first before I leave the eBay room for the day.
Yeah.
That way, the next morning when I go through my routine of what I do, then if I need to take pictures, then I go and do the pictures. Or if I need to do the drafts, I'll do the drafts. Whatever I didn't do the night before. That way, it's constantly listing every day.
Okay. Okay.
I made myself into that routine. At the beginning, it took me a while to get into that rhythm of what I want to do every day. But once I started getting into that routine and I found that's what works for me, then I do it. Now, sometimes I may change up. Like if I'm doing the drafts the day before, then the morning I do my pictures. Or if it's the
Yeah.
pictures I do, then I know I got to do those drafts for those. Then that way I can go in and sit down and check each piece, each line, each box, each whatever, just to make sure all the listing's correct before I go on to the next one.
Okay. Well, see, I've tried to do routines like that, and then for some reason, like whenever I'm sourcing for products, if I were to be able to stay home all the time and get all of that done and come up with a routine, that would be great. But like yesterday, whenever I was sitting here at the house and I got a message on Facebook saying, hey, there's an estate sale happening right now till dark. If you want to get the products, you need to go now. So I'm like, okay. So I just drop everything I'm doing and go to that estate sale. And usually Friday mornings is really a great day for me to source because it's the opening day for yard sales and the first come, first serve. And Saturdays are good days for me to yard sell. Sundays is kind of like my laid back day to where I have more time to do the things that I need to get caught up on and that kind of thing. But for me, creating a routine or starting up a routine is fairly hard because the only thing that's actually consistent in my life right now is I get up, I make something to eat, I feed the pups, I get them out to use the restroom, and then I get ready for the morning show, and I get everything ready for this, and then after this, then my actual work day starts, and I try to figure out what listings I need to get done, what items I got to get cleaned up, make sure all the tags are off of everything, and then I will go through and I will get some stuff listed. But then I've got to figure out when to put in the time for editing the videos and creating the videos and all that kind of stuff. So it's crazy busy, but I like being busy. I like always having something different to do. But, there's days like yesterday that I didn't get to list anything because as soon as I got done with the live, we went thrift store shopping. And then by the time I got home, I ended up getting the message saying, hey, you got to go to this other estate sale. So it was like 6:30 last night whenever I finally got home, and I was tired. I finally got everything loaded into the building and got it all kind of halfway unpacked, and I was exhausted. I'm sitting here and played Guitar Hero for a little while. I was like, you know what?
Right.
I'm going to take a break. But
all right, I want to get back to, I know sometimes if you're in a routine and things happen like that, for me, that's why I try to do, like if I leave the room for the night and I know I'm done for the day, or if I go to cook dinner and I come back and finish what I wanted to finish for that day, because I always, if I have something that I want to get done for that day, I will come back and finish it. No matter if I leave to go somewhere, or if I got to go do this or go do that and then come back, even when I go to cook and come back, I even try to get it done. Even when Robbie gets home, we finish eating dinner and I pick up all the dishes and do everything, I still come back down. Like yesterday, I came back down and did some more drafts because I was not finished with the bundle of stuff that I already set for yesterday. So
Yeah.
I did come back down for about an hour, maybe 45 minutes, and I finished it. That way, this morning, that's all I did was take the pictures.
Yeah.
So sometimes I have to push myself to get that goal done for the day. But again, it's more of a routine for me that I make sure that I get what I want done for that day. Now I'm going to go to Misha's comment. I'm sick of the MPN numbers and the item specifics. Sometimes, and I'm going to give this as examples for two different reasons. Say it's a book, and a lot of times you have to put the ISBN number in. I don't know what it's really used for, but what I do, if I find like either a book or an item, like for example, this one has a barcode on it. Now, if you see right here, the barcode's right here, but right below it, there's a set of numbers. You see those numbers at the bottom?
Yeah.
I usually put those numbers, the first set of numbers, there's two sets of numbers. I usually put just the first set of numbers with the dash. Now, that doesn't mean that's correct. That's what I do. If there's no extra numbers on a particular item that I'm looking at, I put does not apply. Because you got to put something in there for it to go away. Just like on the books, when you look at books, you have the UPC code, and this one is a ISBN number. If they don't have a little blocks for it, then I use that number and I put in the front of it, ISBN, and I put the number in the lot right here.
Yeah.
But again, when you scan the book, it's going to come in. It should have an ISBN number that you can put in it instead of a PMPN number. So for me, that's what I use it for. Is it correct? I don't know. Does it work? So far it has. And that's what I do for the last year and a half. I've been doing that. But when it came to item specifics and it was part of that item specifics, if I grab any particular item that I'm selling and it has an extra number on it, or maybe at the top, or maybe at the bottom front, I'm just gonna put that number in there. Item or whatever it is, that's how I get rid of it. Chris says, find a homeless vet. There are plenty, and give them to them directly. There you go. Yeah, I noticed around in Louisiana, we used to have a place called Red, White, and Blue Thrift Shop. And usually you will have to go there and drop it off. But 9 times out of 10, if it's for the veterans pickup, you had to call and schedule a pickup. But I'm surprised they're not answering and helping you out, because usually they're good at getting things for vets.
Yeah.
Who published it? What year? What country? Yeah. And a lot of times there's no answers. You don't know, or it's not in the book, or whatever the product is. That's all you got to do is put does not apply. Add, because it's going to add, when you add does not apply, it's going to actually ask you to add it as an element. Make sure you hit add, because then that way it covers it and goes away for you.
Yeah.
If the case is that it doesn't apply and you don't have anything like that, then that's what I do. Hey guys, can you please give a warm welcome to Bat Flip Hustler? I didn't see you yet. Where? Oh, there he is, right there. And welcome, watching now, and it's in the chat. He's in the chat, and he's has great videos. Also new, only 19 subs. Whoa.
Okay.
Wow. Well, congratulations for starting and coming into the community with us.
Yes.
And let me see if I can get that name in here for you.
Yeah. Drop your link. It will
help. 25 subs, and he's got 6 videos. And I'm number 26. Cool. And so let me get that link. And welcome. Let's see that. And there's his link. I'm number 26. So let's see if we can get him up there on some subscriptions. Welcome and congratulations for joining us in the morning show. Again, we add anyone who has questions, remembering that everybody who's given opinions on what they do is only to help you. Always take what you can and implement it into your own business. But again, that's what we're here for. And again, you can always take something from each person and add it to yourself on your platform and implement it into your videos and or your store, whatever you sell on.
Yeah.
So the guitar I got are the guitar I got are the white one like you have, a red and white, and an orange and yellow. The one I have listed is a solid red. I think I got one of those at Goodwill, the white one.
Awesome.
Cool.
Awesome. Yeah.
See, the white one may go up soon. Hello and welcome. Your comments made my day yesterday? Oh, D. Okay. I don't think that is here. Yep, he's here. All right, let me go down here. Let's see, Misha, I'm sorry I haven't commented before, but I thought you had notifications turned on. Yeah, that's one of the things I like about everybody putting their links in the chat. That way you can go back and check, because sometimes when you think you have a subbed and or notification set up and you don't, that helps you go and get that link of the notification. Speaking of, I think I have a link from when someone gave it to us in the chat.
Yeah.
Here you go, right here. This is a link you can use on your YouTube channel. That way you can get everything you have as far as who you sub to. And instead of going to each person, if you go to this link I just put in there, it's to check your sub list and notification bell notifications. That is a link you can use to go directly to all your list and see if there's anyone you don't have with the notification set up. So there's Bat Flip Hustler. Now after seeing your thumbnail and your emoji, I know why you have that title. Congratulations and good luck on your adventure, and welcome to the community. Let's see. There's just links for everybody to help them subscribe. Hello, Jerry. Not Jerry. January House, Mr. Mike. Hello, hello, hello. And again, if anybody has any questions, you're more than welcome to ask them. Again, everybody does have different ways of doing their own thing. I really need to go to bed. Well, have a good day. Definitely go get your rest. Finding a balance of sourcing and listing is hard. Yes, it is hard. A lot of times I only do a lot of online auctions, or I'll do like on weekends, like we did this past weekend. It says MPN means major pain in the NAD. I like that. That's a good one. So yeah, you have to make a balance somehow, but when the opportunities come, you don't want to pass it up. You do what you have to do.
Yeah, that's right.
So yeah.
I like double checking that link too, because like right now I'm going through it and there are so many people that the bell has not been rang.
But what the link I put in was good about it. It pulls up everybody you subscribe to, and you can actually see if the bell is set up, and it'll tell you that you don't have it.
Yeah.
That's for me. That's what I've done to eliminate that problem with the MPM number. Again, everybody may use it for something different, but that's what I do. I find it seems to work, because that way I don't have those item specifics popping back up again anymore. Or I just put does not apply. Hello, Gary from West Side. Gary, hello, hello, welcome.
Yeah, what's going on, buddy?
You basically need to do what's best for you. But again, everybody has different ideas that they can help. Kathy's Corner, hello, hello, and good morning. Kathy's Corner, Iris, everybody's saying hello. Got you now to 19 more. That's so cool. You're number 19. No, what I said. He's got way more than 19 now.
YouTube must have went through and redone my YouTube for me.
Oh, he's up to 34 now. I was number 26. Yeah. So that is so cool. What's up, buddy? 28. There we go. We're getting your numbers up there. Can you can find plenty of vets outside the hospital clinics? You know, there's also hello, Val's value reseller. Also, there's veteran homes that have they may be in your area. I'm not sure, but usually they do have housing for veterans. That maybe you can help with that as well to give them what they need. We're showing him some love. Check. Yes, I have it saved to go check out his videos, because it looks like he said he's got 6 videos and 149 views. And in the last 30 days, he put out 2 new videos with 69 views. So we definitely need to go show him some love and support and welcome.
Yeah, that's right. Absolutely.
And then again, the link I put in is to help you go through your list and make sure that you know if you got your notifications set up for those that you're subscribed to. Everybody's saying hello, good morning. I'm trying to get caught up here on the comments. And also, you can also drop your link not only for your channel, but also for any platforms you sell on, so others can go check you out and help and support you that way, as well as knowing what you're listing and selling, so that way they know what to source for when they are outsourcing.
Yes. That's been the best way for me to learn how to find good stuff to sell.
But that's how I started. Yeah.
Yeah. Get on here and just try to.
Okay, Misha says for Trent, on the listing motivations, I make myself a list before I'm allowed to go shopping. Like, make my favorite auction house has an auction tomorrow. I am steadily listing in the hurry so I can go.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah. And again, everybody's ideas, you can always implement them somehow
Right.
that might help you. So that's great. Listen, yes, that is super important. Getting the listings done and then reward yourself with getting go shopping. That's right. I have a whiteboard, one of those white erase boards, and right at my door before I leave, I have 3 things on it. It says list, 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 ship, 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 source, source, source. And in that order.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't remember what order I had it in because I want to say the order it was in.
Yeah.
Let's see. Thank you so much for your subs. I am humbled. That is great. Welcome. Callie Reseller. Hello, hello. Good morning. Adam from Record Crate. Hello, hello, and good morning to you too.
Yeah, good morning, buddy. Good morning.
After sourcing trips are good. Yep. Let's see. Westside Gary says, please check out our live auction on my channel, which will be Treasure Hunter and Who's Tom this Saturday at 9 p.m. Eastern. If you haven't checked out their channel, Westside Gary does auctions also with the Tom Cruise, Who's Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
If you haven't checked out their auctions, you're missing out because they do have a lot of great lots that they put together. I have been very happy and blessed with the auctions that I've gotten from them, where I have gotten some good albums. I'm having a party on Friday for my 500 sub giveaway. I'll be giving away a gold nugget. Ooh.
All right.
What time are you doing? That's one of your night shows you do, or afternoons, Kat? At Kathy's Corner. The reseller show tonight at 10 a.m. on Resellers channels. Come check us out. I'm trying to figure out who that name looks familiar. And I've been to your channel. Yeah, I've been to that channel before watching, so I just don't know how to pronounce it. I don't want to butcher it.
So, real quick, do y'all use Venmo?
I do.
Do you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I have tried and tried and tried to get it to link up to my bank account, but for some reason it will not link up to my bank.
Are you doing it on the phone or the computer?
I've tried both.
I have not had a problem. Now, usually, what I did was I didn't. Or are you going through the part where you have to link it to where you're doing a sign in?
I've got money in Venmo that I was paid, but I can't.
Setting it up though, when you're going to set up and verify your bank account, are you going in and where it's asking you to link your account by you signing into your account, or are you just putting in your information?
Yeah, I sign into my account and then it says it won't work.
I don't let them do that. I automatically go in and I put my routing number, my checking account number.
Okay.
And then I ask for a verification. They will get 2 deposits in your account within 12 hours.
Yeah.
And you'll get it within the next day. Like usually at midnight it goes in. So the next morning you can go back and verify that does the 2 deposits.
Yeah.
And then that's it. You're done.
Okay.
Well, I never go through my sign-in situation when you go to sign into your account. I never do that because I will not allow anybody just to go and do that to my account.
Yeah.
I will go and put my checking account and a routing number. Yeah. And I'll make them put 2 deposits in or a few cents. Usually it's under $1.
Yeah.
And 2 separate deposits. And then you got to go back the next day and verify those 2 deposits and it's going to equal what they did. And then once you're done, you're linked.
Yeah.
That's it.
I tried that too. And it said that my bank could not be verified. And it doesn't make any sense because that's where I bank it. Now, it's a credit union. It's not a bank. So
I'm a credit union too.
But I mean, you would think it would still
work.
Does
your credit union, do you have the right routing number that you're putting in?
Yeah, I got it directly off the checkbook.
Yeah.
So
it should work. I don't understand what's happening, but I didn't have no problems with it. And the next morning I went in to verify my deposits they put it in, and of course that same day they took it out.
So if you have money on your Venmo account, is there any way of spending that money off of your Venmo?
Apply for the debit card. You should have done that too as well when you signed up.
Okay. It never gives me
you can pick whatever color you want. There's multiple colors. You pick your debit card, and it's just like a checking debit card. You basically, whatever you have in your account, you can use on your credit card. It's a debit card.
Okay. Yeah.
So don't do it on your phone. Do it on the computer. Go straight to that app, sign in, and then it's going to ask you. It should have a place where you can ask for a debit card.
All right.
Because I have one. And you can pick the colors. Mine's purple.
All right.
Also, congratulations on getting to your 500 subs, Kathy. That is awesome. Let's see. Any more news about Robert? I have not heard. I was on a video last night watching, but again, I didn't hear anything. Unless somebody else knows, I haven't heard anything yet. I just know she's in the hospital and she got into a room yesterday. They did put her in a room. She's no longer in emergency room. I'm trying to make sure I get through here. Kathy, everybody's saying hello. Good morning. Thomas always hilarious. Yes, he is. And I've gotten some great lots of albums from him. Seller, I use Zillow, but just for the family, and then Venmo for better. Yeah, I use the Venmo, Cash App, the Square, and then of course I do PayPal. And then what I like about with the managed payments, whatever they use on that. Frugal Peanuts, hello, and welcome. Good morning. Zygon, hello, Mark, how are you doing? Let's see. When I got my first PayPal account, I did that, my minimum deposits to verify accounts. Yeah, that's what I do too. I don't, no matter what program I'm using or whatever I'm using app-wise, I never go through the route of them where you have to sign in and give you your screen name and password and enter it that way. I don't think to me, that's not safe. And I don't like doing that, and I will not do that. But for me, I will let them verify, identify, or whatever they got to do through the checking account and routing number, because I find that's a little bit more safe, because then again, they're not having directly ability to sign into my account.
Yeah, that's right.
Anything I do, no matter what it is. Let's see. Check out the Reseller Show channel, the Thrifting Goomba. That's going to be tonight. There's the link. Check and set your reminders. That's one good thing I like about it. When you put your links in, you have something coming up. That helps me get that reminder. So I do set those up as well.
Yeah, that's right.
Doing a beautiful morning. I've had an issue with using a credit union to link to PayPal, Venmo, etc. I have not. I guess I'm very fortunate. I'll go through the deposit thing where they make the deposits and then they withdraw it. That's another thing you need to do. Did you verify your identity? That's just another one of those things that you have to do when you're doing that, because then again, that's how you won't be able to get your funds if you don't.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know.
Check and make sure all the verifications, like if you go on your main page, make sure there's no things that need to be verified, because there is a verification page that you have to make sure you do everything on before you can do that.
Okay.
Yeah, there is some things you have to get verified, and one of them is your identity.
Yeah.
I did that for the Venmo and Cash App. I had to do both of those.
All right.
It took forever for me to get to eBay managed payment. It is even dumped eBay. How the fuck? Yeah, a lot of people are having issues, but again, once you get started, I'll find it works really well. Currently 2 degrees. Whoa, 2 degrees. I woke up this morning. It was 11, and it's supposed to get as high as 30 today. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
2 degrees is 2 degrees. That's cold.
Yeah, especially when it's windy.
Yeah,
Even worse.
That makes it even worse.
Yeah, because yesterday it was a little windy and it was colder.
Yeah, I can't do cold weather. That's why I moved to Texas. I moved to South Texas.
There is the Peddling Profits channel. Go ahead and check them out as well. Definitely help each other out. Also, make sure you're still subscribed if you're watching certain channels, and also make sure you still have the notification set up. Frugal, can I pay you to make our thumbnails? Oh, okay, cool. There you go, helping each other. Yeah, I use I forgot the name of it. Canva is what I used to do my thumbnails.
Yeah, Canva.
I enjoy it. Since I've been with Canva, I enjoy it. Eric, hello. They have your routing number and account number. They have access to your account. Well, yeah. For me though, I'd rather that be that way than them having my sign-in log, because basically it's just a depositing.
Yeah.
Again, that's just the way I am. I don't want anybody to be having my login credentials. Let's see here, but I just feel a little bit better that way. Bemos, hello, and welcome. Good morning. It's a toasty 86 there in Florida. Follow links and verifying. Yeah, follow the links and add and verify your identity. That may be why they're not verifying your account yet.
Yeah. Like I said, Having some issues.
And again, just always make sure all the verifications are done, because a lot of times you have to go in there and in the once you sign up for it, it has different things you have to do, and that's one of the things you have to also do is verify your identity.
Yeah.
So that may be another reason.
All right.
Let's see. Southern Vintage D says that there are 7 away from 200. All right, we do have a lot of new people in the chat, so if you have not yet subscribed to or checked your subscription, go check and make sure you're still subscribed, because we want to get them over the 200 mark. So check and see if you're still subscribing. You have the notifications, because they're only 6 away from 200.
I like using Canva because it's fairly simple to use.
Yeah.
And whenever you're creating thumbnails or YouTube art or Facebook art or whatever, then it gives you the little links to where you can just type in YouTube and it'll ask you what YouTube thing you want to create. Or if you want to create a Facebook page logo, then you can just type in Facebook page, and it'll actually give you the dimensions of whatever size it is that you want to create. And then you just create it inside that little box. And it's a little pink box that pops up whenever you're scrolling around the screen. You'll see it. And whatever you want to create, just put it inside that box, and it's perfect size every time.
And the more you play around with as far as the different things that they have to offer you in the app itself,
yeah.
Canva is really good with a lot of different things. And a lot of you I know don't make the beginning of the show when we first start. But if you look at the intro, when I have that part after the countdown, actually it's during the countdown, and I have that intro that comes on where everything pops up, and then right at the end it goes away, that was done in Canva as well. So there's different things you can do in Canva that is amazing. So I even did you can even do cards, get well cards, thinking of you cards, whatever. There's all kind of things you can do, and after you get it as a file, you can even send it to someone in a file.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Or you can save it on your computer and print it off and mail it.
Now there is a free version, and of course you're allowed so many per month. But again, once you start learning it and you get the hang of it, it's endless things you can do with it. I even did my Christmas stuff with it. I've done a lot with it since I've been on it.
That's right.
I really enjoy it, and I do have a link in the description bar below. As a affiliate link, if y'all would like to try it out, the link is there in the description bar for you to be able to get a discount and or a bonus for using it. Let's see. The Flipping Sports Guy says you're posting your next giveaway as you do. Yeah, it's tonight, by the way. Go check out their channel because they're doing that giveaway tonight on their 300 sub, and they're knocking right at 400 already on subs, and they just got to 300. So
that's right.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely check out their channel. And again, don't forget tonight they are doing their giveaway, 300 sub giveaway, but they're getting close to their 400 already. That Flip says I'm 35. Hashtag 35.
Hashtag 35.
I'm not sure what that means.
I don't either.
I just subbed. Used to start, and I like the video too. Let's see. Yeah. But anyway, once you get your hang of it in Canva, that depends on everybody does a different type of thumbnail in a different platform they use. But there are so many out there you can try.
Yeah, that's right. I like Canva just because it's fairly simple to use. And I'm a pretty simple kind of person. I need simple in my life.
Now, what I'm going to say is when I first started, because I didn't start using Canva until I want to say November or December when I decided to start doing changes for the channel when the new year came along. I actually was using PowerPoint on all my stuff, including my thumbnails, including things I did for video beginners and intros and stuff like that. I just used PowerPoint because I already had the Office 360, I think it's called. And I love it. It was what I was able to afford because it was free. I already had the program already. So why not use something that I already have? And before that, I used the, for editing videos, I used the video app that's on the actual computer. Videos or something like that. That's on the computer. So, but then again, as you grow, you can always change.
That's right. Absolutely.
I use Canva. It's simple and free. Yeah. Again, every program you can basically get is a free app. You just work with it and see if you like it. Simple too.
Yeah.
Canva works great for the thumb. Yeah, and I love it. I really do love Canva.
Yeah.
Since I started it, that's all I use now. Very seldom I'll go back and get my files from PowerPoint, and then I use what I can with the thumbnails in Canva.
I have never figured out how to use Canva on my phone. I do strictly just about everything I can from my computer.
I do
and like I finally figured out how to edit videos and stuff like that on my phone. And the only reason is because I went on vacation. I wasn't able to get on my computer. 99% of the time, if I have any work to do, it'll be sitting here on this computer. So I try to stay
to hear that. They said that they thought of a question for us last night, and then they forgot.
Oh man,
when that happens,
yeah,
I get that a lot lately.
That's right.
Misha, I use Canva and on my iPad, and it works fine there. So I don't know. I've never tried it on the phone.
Yeah, I hadn't either. I've got it downloaded on my phone, but I've never actually played.
I always use it on my laptop, just easy for me. But I don't. I do the video editing here as well. Yeah, I do too. I do all of it on the computer. Well, I say computer, but my laptop. I don't. There's very few things I do on the phone as far as even when I do sending offers. I don't do that on my phone either. I do it on my computer. All right, here we go. Let's see what she says. He or she. Okay, that makes me feel better because I do that every time I'm on the phone, except for 9 to 5 job. Yeah, that happens. I've only used Canva on my phone. I didn't even know you can do that on the computer. Yeah, and that's why I did the phone. I've never done it on the phone. I've just done it on the computer. I don't know. I guess I'm so used to doing everything, and I very suddenly. Like if I have a sale or something, I'll go through my eBay store and then I look at my pictures and my drafts. I do that on the phone, but when I go to list it, I'm actually on the computer.
Yeah, that's right. What's up, Mike?
Some people like doing everything on the phone, but I just don't.
Yeah, that's right. And that's the way I am. I would rather do it on the computer because it's bigger, it's easier to see,
and you have less mistakes.
Yeah, and there's more options.
Chuck says I can barely make a phone call on my phone, so Canva would be nearly impossible. I feel the same way. I used to joke every time I used to have a flip phone for years, and when they first came out with the new phones, it took me a while to get one. I want to say 2 or 3 years later, and I always joke around with it. They call it a smartphone, but yet I'm still not as smart as they say they're supposed to be with a smartphone. So that was my little comment every time I talk about it. Let's see. I just on my computer, my phone is a dinosaur, so I can get it to work. Okay. Yeah, it's just everybody's different, but some people feel comfortable doing it on a phone. Some people do it on an iPad, or tablet, or whatever. And so everybody does their different thing, but again, it's whatever makes you feel comfortable and what you're doing. Hello, Inspirational by Maria. Hello, and good morning.
I seen you just put out a new video. I'm going to have to go check it out here in just a little while. I always try to catch up on your videos because they are so inspirational. They are fantastic.
Yes, and do us a favor and hit the thumbs up. It does help the channel. And it was amazing that I finally figured out why and who I'm getting a thumbs down from. It's because of somebody that I blocked and just recently reported. Because in the last couple of days, they decided to come in the chat as a different person. But the interesting thing was they took someone else's channel name and put their name, their person, in the back of the name and used it for their screen name. And then they turned around and everything they were putting in the chat had the nerve to send it to me through email again. That's how I got the email itself and knowing who it was. So that's the only reason I'm getting thumbs downs. But then again, they're taking the time to do it. That means that nothing bad for the channel anyway. So
yeah,
look at it that way. That's
right.
Again, thank you. I told you not to talk about me blocking you on. Oh, Chair, I'm sorry, Mike. Let's see right here. I was waiting for that comment. That's inspirational, Jerry. January house. Sorry about the headaches, but I'm glad that it's not stopping you from getting your stuff done. Yeah, a lot of times people have a hard time with the migraines, and I'm blessed that I haven't had that problem, but I hate to see when people do because that's not a good thing. They better not be using my name. No, actually, Jennifer, Monday night for bingo, and I noticed yesterday they were in the chat again, And again, I know who comes in new. And so what I did was I was actually copying and pasting the name they were using in the chat in the search bar for YouTube. And what it was called The Unbeatable. It's actually a channel. It's a guy named Brian or Dave. I think it was Brian. And I researched it yesterday and kind of find out that she used his screen name and his real name as her name, and then turned around and kept coming in the bingo, and everything she said in bingo, she would email it to me. And so it's the same person I had a problem with before, but this time she decided to use someone else's screen name. So what I did was I blocked her, and then I went on ahead and reported her because this time she went too far by using somebody else's screen name. Unbeatable was what she used, not only for bingo, but yesterday's live morning show.
Yeah.
Yeah. So needless to say, I didn't report her, and I did make sure that she is blocked again on that channel for me as well. Good morning, Des. How are you doing? Sorry I missed you. It's just said it started.
Good morning.
To buff. Aw. Sorry to hear that. Good to see you, though.
Yes.
Good desktop for anybody to handle things with. Okay, they're talking about pattern. Okay. A different Brian, not me. No, it was not you. It just so happened that the Unbeatable that she used on the screen name in the chat, that person's name was Brian. And so that's how I found out. And of course, she had the nerve to send me the email and say the same thing of a demanding bingo prizes that she didn't win. You would have thought Moon Pies would bring you a stock. I know exactly, Jennifer. And that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
And to bombard my email with the same thing she was typing in the chat, not realizing that she's going to see she's sending it from her email. And that's how I found out who it was. Yeah, they do go crazy things. You're right. But, you know, I'll look at it this way. I'm already giving this away. It's somebody to come in and have fun with. Don't come in there and demand and stalk me and demand that I do this or do that when I'm already giving it away anyway. And then the only thing you have to do is play bingo, you know?
Yeah.
But to bombard my email, and then the weird thing about it, she's not only using the person's name in the chat, she sent me the email with it, and in parentheses, it's her email.
Yeah.
Loser. So I did report it. This time here, hopefully something gets done about it because,
she go buy her own box of moon pies.
And that's my point.
Yeah.
You know, I've done it where every month I'm sending somebody a birthday package or a care package. It's because I'm doing it out of the kind of my heart. But don't demand me to just send you some. No, it don't work that way.
That's right.
It's when you send me one email and then 5 more later, then 10 more the next day.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It gets a little carried away.
Yeah, you can only push me so far, and that was a push that I had to take back.
Yeah.
I don't want to buy and use. Yeah. So, that's what's been going on. Why I'm getting a thumbs down. But you know what? I don't want that in my chat. I'm sorry. And she knows it.
Yeah.
So the one good thing about it, everybody who's been in the chat has been really wonderful at helping out with that when she does pop up in the chat. She's tried many and multiple different names. Then all of a sudden she tries somebody else's name and it just doesn't work. So we catch her. Dawn and Dawn's channel. Hello, Dawn. Good morning. Hello and welcome. Let's see. I mean, I wanted some moon pies too, but I'm going to act like a man. Yeah, you're right. And that's what she was doing. This is not happening in another chat with a troll using another person's name. That's the thing about it. She used someone else's screen name, and she used their real name in the title.
Yeah.
When I searched it, I saw the channel, and there's a guy, and his name is Brian. That's the interesting thing. That's gone too far. That's worse than a troll. We're glad that you're not in my house. You would be shocked with the language. Yeah, I know. I'm trying to keep the language down. Because trust me, when I got that email, it wasn't nice. Thank God I wasn't in filming. The sailor came out in me. Yeah.
Yes.
But again, that happens. So, are fantastic. Keep it big. Yeah, you go. To be fair, she does have some developmental issues. I understand that.
Yeah.
But there's a limit, But again, don't go take somebody else's screen name to do that as well.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. And I understand that. I understand people have that type of issue, but There is a limit.
We went to a bingo hall here the other day, me and my wife. And it was like $8 bingo. You can get the little machine for $8. And I love
machine.
Yeah, a machine.
They don't have the cards where you do the bingo dabbing.
Oh yeah, you can get them for $1 a piece, but the machine.
Well, usually you got to pay $10 for a book to get a game. Usually.
Oh, these are $1 for you get like all the different games, and you get like blue and red and all these different color sheets.
But usually the pack is $10.
Oh, ours
bingo. Yeah, the whole pack of 10 for one per game is $10, and you can buy whatever many packs you want. Oh, and then they have like the early bird, the intermission, blackout, and there's different games like that as well.
Four corners and squares and that kind of stuff. And but ours are $1 for a pack of them, and they're $8 for a machine. Okay, and it's so funny. I love going in there because you'll hear somebody rip that paper, and then you'll hear a whole bunch of old ladies cussing. It is so funny.
January out. Check out my channel. The next 5 subscribers gets 3 moon pies from Johnny.
Yeah.
Good point, John. Mike. Good try. Love it.
Yeah.
You had it 684. Yeah, you definitely need some more subscribers, Mike. Definitely go check out Mike. He does auctions twice a week. Definitely go check it out. He skipped the he didn't even do it on Super Bowl Sunday, so definitely go check it out. My kind of moon pies. There you go. I'm kidding. I know. It's all good.
That's right.
Taught people on YouTube. Oh wow, yeah. Yeah, she has. So yeah, just check each other. Put your links in the chat. Let everybody check your channel out and see if they're subscribed and or if they got the notifications set up. Or again, you can use the link that I put in the chat, and I'll do it again. If you wanted to check to see if you have all notifications set up on all your subscribers. If you go to this link, it'll take you to your subscribers on one page, and you got to see if you have the notifications set up for them.
Yeah, that's right. And if by chance, for some reason, you're not subscribed to my channel, I have 2 channels. I've got the Thrifty Pickerz and Encouragement by Trent, and they are in the description down below.
And your email store.
And my eBay store is down there too. So if you want to check out any of that stuff, I would greatly appreciate it.
I need to check and see if I did that this week.
You guys
on Monday.
Are wonderful. So
never been in a bingo hall before. It sounds like cheap entertainment. I'm like, yes.
It is.
The funny thing about it, it is fun. Yes. I've had my share of bingos and winnings and blackouts and the whole 9 yards. It is fun.
How long will y'all be on for yet?
Probably until about 12-ish, because I have to get off at 12 or before so I can go to an appointment I have at 12:30.
Yeah.
Check on sub. Yeah, that's the link. Since 9 p.m. Eastern.
The first time I went to a bingo hall, I had no idea what I was getting into. I went in there, and there was a smoking section and a non-smoking section. And we went and sat in the smoking section, which I won't never do that again because I couldn't breathe by the time I got out of there because them old ladies, they get mad, they light a cigarette. And they start sucking on them cigarettes. Next thing you know, it's
that was another reason why I stopped going, because I quit smoking over 3 years ago, and I had to stop because that was killing me.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I've been a smoker for years, and once you quit, for me, every time I'm by somebody that either puffs or just finished puffing, I go into a choking, and I can't stop.
Yeah, that's right.
But January House says, yes, you have to have fun, and that's one thing I love doing is having fun, because life is too short. You're right.
Yeah. I got in there, and them little old ladies, they were cracking me up. You talking about funny.
Have a good day, Love Hollis. Don't work too hard, and hopefully you have a blessed day.
All you got to do to start a riot in there is find a piece of paper and go. That's it. And then everybody in the place is going to be like, I can't believe it. Somebody done won. And even if nobody won, if you just rip a piece of paper,
yeah.
It's on, man.
Yeah, one thing they did do in New Orleans finally was when they banned the smoking in buildings. In bingo halls, what they did was they made a glass door to where the smokers were on one side and non-smokers were on the other, which was the best thing they ever did.
Yeah.
So yeah, don't forget to check out each other's channels, subscribe to each other, because again, if you like auctions, there's Dawn's channel. She does auctions. Dawn, don't forget to put your channel in the chat. John's channel does auctions with Miss Carol. Carol's Creative Corner, and then Dawn does it with her on her channel. January House does too on his channel. So there's a lot of different ones that you can find different things to buy at auctions, and you never know what you're gonna find. A lot of times it's lots or it's single items. You just never know.
Yeah,
I've
that's
never
right.
been to a bingo hall. Yeah,
If,
I love
if you ever go to a bingo hall and you win, you'll be hooked, because you can win pretty good money. Like the jackpot is $750 if you win at bingo, and they do a blackout, which is $1,400 for us. And if you black out your card before anybody else does and you bingo, then you'll win $1,400. And
well, usually that is for under a certain amount of numbers, and I think it's 40 or there's so many numbers you got to get it before. The bigger jackpots for blackouts.
Yeah,
it's a certain number of numbers you get within that number, then you get the bigger jackpot as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I've never hit the blackout, so I don't know. But,
I've won blackout, but I've never won the jackpot.
Yeah. But like I say, it's a lot of fun, and they've got all different games that you play, and it takes a little time to get used to figuring out what's
and
what.
This is so true. The worst thing is when you call bingo and you don't actually have it.
Oh yeah, you'll get beat up.
Oh yeah,
you'll get beat up. Your 5 little old ladies with canes will meet you out in the parking lot. You hear me?
Ooh, look at that background now. I got to see that one.
Oh, that's pretty.
So cool. Is that your new studio or is that green screen?
That's green screen.
Okay.
Can you guys hear me all right?
Yeah.
Yep,
Sounds
loud and
good.
clear.
All right. Good morning. Good morning, everybody.
Did y'all get those microphones set up finally?
I don't know. We're still kind of working on it.
Sounds good.
But yeah, I'm told that I sound a lot better. So
it's very clear. Yeah.
So I'm happy with that. Although the thing, look at this. This thing is as big as my head.
Yeah. It doesn't matter the size. It's just how you use it.
All I know is that it's something to get used to. That's for sure.
She's on a Star Wars Enterprise. That's what it looks like. Yeah. That's her space.
I have so many green screens that are different now. I have this one.
That's cool.
I have this one.
Oh wow.
That's pretty.
I have that one.
That's in case you're ever in a horror movie.
Thank you, Justin.
It's the dungeon.
That's
my version of the dungeon, because we call the basement the dungeon.
Right.
And so Tommy's got his actual dungeon pictures that he'll put up. This is my dungeon.
Okay.
So it's a little different. Then I have that one. And I have
Thank
this
you, dude.
one.
Have a good day.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Mark lady. Hello. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
What's up, girl? It's great seeing you.
Heads in the gutter.
It's too early for that.
Why are you
saying
too
early for that?
And then I have
why are you
this
saying
one.
my head's in the gutter?
From earlier? What you made the comment about the size?
I didn't mean anything by it. I just meant it don't matter how big the microphone is, it's how you speak into it. Come on, now somebody else's head. Come on.
It's all good. But yeah, I have a bunch of new ones.
Green screen doesn't have enough graphics horseplay. Usually that's in your StreamYard.
Right.
You have to have a certain background to cover it, either a green or a blue sheet or something behind it to do that room.
This is, and you have to make sure you have light. Lots of light. I learned that the hard way. So when you're doing green screen, I use blue because I like to wear a lot of green. And I don't think anybody wants to see a floating head and hands, you know? And so I chose blue. Tommy's got green. And it's hooked up right through StreamYard. So, and then you just go and you find some.
You can actually pick out, is that what you picked out through StreamYard, or you put your own backgrounds?
I put my own backgrounds in. The one they have on StreamYard, everybody uses it. And it's, no offense, but it's kind of boring. I like flashy.
Yeah.
Also, don't forget, Adam, put your link in for your website so they can go and check out your stores. He's got 3 stores with records and vinyls and music and things like that. Go ahead and check out his store. Oh, don't forget to put your link in the chat, Adam. I've
And
never
I
had any
also
complaints about my
have
microphone, just saying. All right, Mike.
I also have real Ireland pictures.
Okay, it was StreamYard that told me my computer isn't powerful enough. Oh, really?
Oh wow. Hey, you still have me on big, remember?
Yeah, I know. We're watching all your backgrounds, remember?
Oh.
You're showing us all the things you have. How can we see it if we have you little?
I gotta get used to being
Well, you
big.
do it on your show every now and then too, so yeah.
Yeah,
We're
and
showcasing you right now, so that's what this is about. Showcase.
and then I have all the wolf ones you guys seen.
I love those. When you do that, do you still have to have whatever color background you're using? If it's green, you got to be green in the background. If it's blue, you have a blue background, right?
Right.
I don't use them, but I've heard others use them, and I've seen how others use them, where they're using that color and they wear that color, they blend in. That's all you see is the neck.
Yeah, that's why I was saying, I like to wear a lot of green, and so in StreamYard, when you go and are playing with here, let me see if I can get this.
Okay, let's see if we can answer this question while you're doing it too. Actually, I do have a question. Is there any reason why most people use StreamYard opposed to using the live features right from your YouTube channel? I don't. I've always used StreamYard. I've heard of people having problems with that. Again, I've never tried it. I've never done it. But I've always done it through StreamYard. Some use OBS as well.
Yeah, and with YouTube going live, from what I understand, unless they just recently changed it, you can't you can't have people on a panel. It's just
you by yourself.
Yeah, it's just you. And a lot of people like to have, it's easier for other people to come onto the panel and have a conversation and be engaged in the chat. And a lot of people get nervous when it's just themselves. So StreamYard, they used to have Google Hangouts that you could stream on your YouTube channel. And that one was awesome. I really liked it, except it didn't show everybody like it does on StreamYard. It was actually, everybody was down in the bottom right-hand corner, and you were made big if you talked. And then if there was more than one person talking, it would get confused, and then it would buffer, it would freeze, because there was too many people talking at one time. But it was
another thing too. I forgot about that. If you go live directly from YouTube, you have to have 1,000 subs or more before you can go live from YouTube anyway.
Right.
If you don't meet the requirements.
In order to go live.
Is that from your phone?
Yes.
Okay, because you have to have 100 subs, I guess, to go live.
Live, you can do that on the computer, but to go live on
the computer.
To go live on your phone, you have to be 1,000.
Yeah.
But I don't know because, well, not that part. But like the 100 sub thing, because Jaslyn's gone live and she didn't have 100 subs yet.
Well, I think they just recently changed that because I've seen a lot of people do that and go live before their 100 subs.
Yeah, and I wonder if it has something to do with StreamYard.
I'm not sure, but like January House also said, you have to have 1,000 to go live.
Yeah, on your phone.
On your phone, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But if you're on StreamYard and all, you can do it prior, because I've seen a lot of people go in before 100 subs and do a live.
Yeah, but neither one of us, me or Tommy, have 1,000 subs, and we've gone live on his channel, but it was a program, it was an app that we used,
right?
That he had, and I.
But the question was about going directly through YouTube on your phone, or actually through YouTube.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to do it by yourself, that's cool, but you got to set up like some type of, how did it? I was trying to figure it out and I really goofed it up. So Tommy had to come and fix it. But there's some type of streaming thing that you have to incorporate into your YouTube as well to use the YouTube lives. directly from
Thank you for the
YouTube.
information. I was trying to justify paying for StreamYard. Now, you can get StreamYard for free. You only have, I think, 20 hours a month that you can do on the
Yes.
free version. The only difference is you have to have the watermark on your videos when you're doing live, and you only get 20 hours a month. If you want to try that out, then do that first. If you don't want to pay for it, try that and see how it works.
Mhm.
But I do the yearly because I get a discount when I pay by the year. So you just have to check it out and see, because I hear a lot of people having problems with the OBS. It's a little bit harder,
It
whereas
is
StreamYard's a
definitely
lot
harder.
easier.
Yes. I mean, it gives you different options and stuff that you can do. Like if you want to live stream music in the background, instead of having just the silence, you can actually put the music in the background while you're live streaming, and you make sure you use copyright free music.
Yeah.
But,
Right.
I mean, it does give you more options and stuff to use other than StreamYard. StreamYard's just, you can bring certain people on and y'all can visit and have a great time or whatever. But if you're podcasting or live streaming just you, OBS Studio is my favorite, because if you're not going to have somebody else come on, then you can have the background music, you can do the extra enhancements and all that kind of stuff.
Packer Bitter says, if this old guy can figure out StreamYard, anybody can.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, but try StreamYard. I know that you're saying that you're trying to get to 4,000 hours. But try it. See if you like it. Don't rush into it. And if you like it, then yeah, it's definitely worth paying for. I had it free since it came out. They took Google.
I just got a message. They're taking away Google Hangout phone
Yes.
calls now. I saw that message for that.
They're doing phone calls now.
Yeah, the Google phone Hangout or something like that. They're taking that away as well.
Oh,
I didn't even know
yeah.
they had it, but I got a message saying it's going away.
So from what I understand, the reason why they took Google Hangouts away is because they turned it into a kind of like Zoom for businesses. So that, and this was back then when I was reading it.
I want to comment on this real quick. If you do a 24-hour Hangout, you got to remember, no matter once you hit 11 hours, you want to make sure you cut it within that next hour, because if you do anything past the 12-hour mark, and I want to say it's either 11 or 12, I haven't done it, but I've heard it, anything over 11 hours, the rest of it will drop off. So if you plan on doing a 24-hour, you may want to cut it in half, or maybe 3 different videos, because they will cut off anything over that 11 to 11 and a half hours.
Yeah, we've watched streams that were 24 hours, and what they do is at the 12-hour mark they stop the live and then they restart it.
Yeah.
And then there's a lot of other channels too, like we watch a lot of animal channels like birds and bird feeders and stuff like that, which is very, very popular. For them it doesn't matter if it's cut off because it's nonstop record or live.
Right.
And so and that, but you also,
that goes again back to the 4,000 watch hours. It's not going to count, because anything after if YouTube cuts off that hours, no matter what you do on StreamYard, once that's cut, you lose everything but half of that. That's why it's important that if you do plan on doing it, even in the first one, and to start another one.
Yeah.
Only because that way you won't lose those, because anything after that you will lose those hours. So.
Right. Yep, for sure.
Yeah.
But I like StreamYard a lot. At first, I mean, it's really easy to figure out. It's really easy to do what you need to do on it. Even when you have the free 20 hours, it's still really, really easy to use.
Yeah.
I like the green screen stuff like that. That's all was a part of the free trial as well, or the free version of it. You just don't get to upload as many pictures as you do when you pay.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm able to filter through my pictures pretty quickly, because I knew I have a lot. And I was going to try to show you the green screen section, but it won't let me move it from my computer. So when you do set up a green screen, they have what backdrop color, and you can choose between green or blue. And just make sure that you get a regular old sheet. This is the cheapest way to do it. You get a regular old sheet, and you
I love the different backgrounds you have.
I purposely go and look for really cool, colorful, exciting type backgrounds that make me smile because of what I do on YouTube with my channel. I want to kind of like throw that out there for everybody else and make them feel warm and cozy. But this is just a bedroom or a bed sheet. So is Tommy's. You don't have to go out and buy the fancy equipment, especially when you're first starting out. It just get a sheet, put it up behind you. I have oops, let me get into here more. Desk lamps. I have one here, right to my right. I have. Oops.
So wait, you have to have the floor lights like that, the shining on your sheet for the green screen?
You have to be very well lit up behind you in order for the green screen, aka blue screen.
That's why I see a lot of people having issues when they're on their green screen. You can tell because it has that really bad picture background.
Right. And I have this one on my left side. I have a clip lamp for your desktop lit up, and it's on this side. I'm not sure exactly what. This is the stand. And then I have one directly up above me. Right there.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
That's like a floodlight.
Yeah. Well, no, it's a lamp. It's a desk lamp, but it's got the clippy on the end. And you want best thing to do is to have a daylight bulbs because they make a huge difference. I do have daylight bulbs up here, which is one of those.
That's what I use in my.
Let me find it here. Right there, shop light. So, and then our basement, like our whole basement, every light is daylight bulbs. So that helps too. But you definitely want a very well lit up background behind you, and then you can go on Google and you can search backgrounds, cool backgrounds, however you want to search it, and you can save those, and then you can upload them into your StreamYard. This is the one that we were using for the singing stuff.
I want to answer this question really quick. Natasha and then Boris asks a question. Pixie, will you be getting any watch hours adding to your channel just for joining the live like you just did and like you're doing now?
No, we don't. The panel guests do not get watch time hours. It's strictly the person who's running the StreamYard who gets. Yep, which would be Johnny. And Tommy keeps telling me that I need to do videos on how to with StreamYard.
Yeah.
Because for me, I get a lot of things confused. I really do. But when it comes to working on like StreamYard and YouTube behind the scenes, I'm pretty good at it. It's just sometimes it's hard to get it from here to you guys. And so it is a really cool program. Every month it seems that they're adding just something a little new to StreamYard to improve it. And it's awesome.
All right, Bemis asked about, will it work on just a plain blank wall? If it's green or if it's blue, yes. If it's a white one, no. It has to be either, if you're using blue screen, it has to be blue. If it's green screen, it has to be green. Yeah. So that should answer that question for that. Go ahead.
Here, let me share this. It's going to be really weird. But just let me share with you guys this. Okay, so here is your settings in StreamYard. Okay, here is your green screen. All right, these are all my pictures that I have.
Right.
Now, keep in mind, when you choose a picture, you see how I have a little bit of like fuzzy here, depending on which way I move?
Mm-hmm.
So if you go here, you can actually adjust to where like I can be just a talking head, or, you know, just filter it to where, you know, you don't really see that
Fuzzy line.
fuzziness around
Yeah.
you.
Right.
And then, you know, here is your backdrop color. You choose, if you decided to go with green, you pick green. Granted, I don't have green, so that's why you're not seeing any of the green screen picture that I have up.
Right.
And then because mine's blue, so I choose blue. And that's pretty much all you really got to do. And then when you want to add a picture, you just go here. And I have tons of pictures, let me tell you. I am a green screen lover. I literally have a app or a folder on my desktop that says StreamYard backgrounds. And
Right.
I go and I save all these different backgrounds. I've got Halloween ones that I use for Halloween. I still have to go and get my St. Patrick's Day ones. The singing, I have individual folders for each type of stream I'm going to do. It just makes it easier for me. Here's my wolf ones and Northern Lights.
What's that one with the rainbow color? That's the wolf?
This one?
Yeah.
Yes, it's a wolf. It looks like flames, rainbow colored flames, but
Okay.
it's a wolf.
That is awesome.
And then, so I have so many different backgrounds that I pick that I personally like and feel that would be beneficial for everybody else. I even have a time zone.
Oh, yeah. Some of you showed me that. Yeah.
Yeah, a time zone background. And sometimes it takes a little bit just because I have a hard time with time zones. And so, let me stop sharing here. So what I did was, in order to make it easier for me to remember, I got me a time zone map and I put it up behind me. And so I can look at it and be like, oh, so they're in New York. That means that, well, they're an hour ahead of me because we are in Central Time. We are in Central Time. So I know exactly what time I'm in. And so with, you know, say you're in New York, that means that, you know, you're an hour ahead of me. Mountain Time, you're an hour behind me. And if you're in Pacific, you're 2 hours behind me. And so this is how I learned my time zones. And I still get, you know, confused sometimes, but I just go and I refer back to this map and it helps. You know, everybody keeps talking about YouTube should have one time zone. Well, yes,
Right.
I believe they should, but that's just not how the real world works.
Exactly.
And so this is, for me, was the best way to get it in my head what was going on.
Yeah.
And so I
Michael
remember
has a question.
Okay.
What do you folks are going to do when YouTube wants money from you from doing the auctions? Since this is exploding, you know that the media grants will want money. Giants, the medium giants. Well, we'll just have to get there, and when it happens, you know?
I don't do auctions, so I'm not worried about it.
Still, yeah. Jackass Retro, hello, and welcome.
Good morning, good morning.
I guess that's going to be something that we do. Those who do auctions have to I guess, cross that road when it gets there.
Right.
But
I know that now, from what I understand, from what I was reading, YouTube, anybody who's doing auctions now, or they're going to put it into play or whatever, they're going to start giving the IRS the information for the people that do auctions. That way, you know, keeps people honest, and then you just do what you got to do with the IRS. So
one thing I do with my auctions is I don't worry about that because I report everything, but I also get a 1099 not only from PayPal, but I also get it from any other platforms that I'm collecting money from, things that I'm selling, because I have it tied into a invoice. So for me, everything is recorded. I did get a 1099 from not only YouTube, I got one from eBay, and I mean not YouTube, on PayPal. I have 2 different accounts, and then I had also got a 1099 from the Square. So I have no problems with no matter what they want to do with it because I already report it. What others do, I don't know, but I do know for a fact that mine do go through it, not only the invoice, but I do get a 1099 at the end of the year from last year's pay of money that I made.
Yeah, and I don't think YouTube is actually going to charge people for doing the auctions. I think they just want people to be 100% honest with the IRS and with doing the auctions.
And that's why it's important you use some type of payment platform to collect, because that way you can definitely keep your paper trail, so to say. For me, I've been doing business since 2006. I have never gone without reporting, even when I got paid cash or checks from my client. They got reported on my taxes because that's just the way I do it. Mike says yes, him too. He got a 1099 because most of his payments go through there, and that's the same thing with me. And I got one on both of my accounts because I have a personal and a business, and then I have the Square payment, and of course I even got one from eBay for the payments through managed payment. So they're being reported. So I don't know what others are doing.
Right. And it's going to also weed out anybody who's trying to scam. It's going to weed out anybody who doesn't want to have to pay the IRS. It's going to weed out a lot of people.
And that is so true. YouTube will take 30% of a super chat. And I've found that some channels have been getting around that by people asking people to send that, if they're doing super chats, to send it through PayPal as friends and family. Be careful by doing too many friends and family on your PayPal account, because that will send a red flag for the I, the R, and the S to follow you on that information. So be careful. Let's see. I would love other auctions would report the IRS not putting themselves into and that's why I automatically do it. I have it automatically where I get the 1099s and I report it in any business I do, even at my antique mall. I get a form every month of how much I made, even though they give me a check. I'm reporting it at the end of the year because that's just the way I do it with my tax paperwork for my business. I have the EIN numbers, I have the tax ID numbers, all of that, because I'm doing it the right way and I'm making sure I do have a paper trail copy.
And that's the thing too, with the auctions on YouTube. There's a lot of people out there that are using it just for some extra money, but then you have people who are using it as an actual income. And I know that you can make only so much before it's classified, where you have to report it or whatever. But the thing is it is definitely
over 600 or 500. They automatically make you claim it.
Right. And I'm not exactly sure what the
I'm not either. You know what? If I make a penny, it's getting claimed. Every dime and penny gets counted.
Right. And that's the thing, but it is definitely going, even though the auction or the YouTube auctions are blowing up right now on YouTube, when this gets applied, if it gets applied to where, YouTube is going to be reporting it to the IRS, which I believe they already do for like if your channel makes a certain amount of money too.
Yeah, that's an income, right?
Yeah, it's an income. So
it's an $99 a year for that too.
Right. But what it's going to do is it's going to weed out the scammers. It's going to weed out the people who really don't want it as an income. That it's just extra money. It's going to put a kibosh on a lot of people that are just doing it to do it and not wanting to turn it into anything. So the YouTube auctions will not be as popular once that goes into play, but at least it'll be put into play so that it'll protect all of you too that buy from auctions. Because there's been many auctions that I've heard of and I've seen that were bogus.
Well, just like what Prophet just said, we agree. When we have our garage sales, we also report that too. Not worth losing your business license. That's another thing. If you're working out of your home, I know in the town that I live in, just the town, I have a license with the city hall. I have a business in my basement.
That's right.
Now, they had to come out, and every place is different, but in here, I had to get them. They came out to verify that I did not have a sign in the front yard, that I'm not having any kind of in and out of business. basically because I am running it as a wholesale off online e-commerce. They still had to come back and make sure that my house was not set up as a physical business. Then they will approve my license.
See,
And
we didn't have that. We didn't have that.
Yeah, we have.
I'd have to ask Tommy for sure, but I know that, like, if you don't have I want to say it's a reselling license, in our area, you can only have like so many yard sales. But if you have this piece of paper that he has, we have it. You can have as many yard sales as you want. You can go to the flea market and sell. It's all covered. You know, you can have people, like, if it's raining, spring, you know, you can have people come into your basement and stuff like that. But don't quote me 100%. I don't know the name of what the tax information or the paper is that he has. He also has it
that you can use to do that as a business, because a lot of times here in this area where I live, you have to apply for a license to have a garage sale. And as a business license holder that I am, I can do it whenever I want, but you still have to get a permit to do it because that's considered a permit.
Hey, Eric, fishing and picking. I don't tell the government nothing. You're so funny. I really enjoy seeing fishing and picking. He makes me crack up every time he says something slick.
And again, it depends on your area, so always be mindful and make sure you check your laws in your not only in your local area, but within your town and within your state, because there's always something different in that area where you live, and everybody is different in every state.
Yeah, you got your town, your county, and your state that you want to double check everything.
Every one of them.
And you could be in the same state, different county, and it could be two totally different rules on how you set things up. So definitely check all of those things when it. Oh my Lord, I'm gonna kick Tommy in the booty.
What now?
I'm like giving advice, and I know exactly what I'm talking about. This is not fair. I just wanted to be mental health.
Like, wait a minute, I thought you didn't know what you were talking about. I thought you didn't know what was going on.
Right? I do know some things. It's up here. It really is up here, but 9 times out of 10, the filing cabinet's stuck.
And that's so true. Definitely check your local area and your county or your parish, because I know Louisiana's called parishes, and then check your state laws as well. So you always want to make sure you're doing things legally, because it can hurt you in the long run.
Yes, it can. Yes, it can. We actually have heard of people like in our flea market area, because right around the corner is where the flea market is. And they would sell antiques out of their flea market booth. And, well, they weren't paying their taxes. And let me tell you, they were making some really good money. Somebody got mad at them and reported them, and they lost everything.
And that's the bad thing about it. It only takes you to upset or pee off one person that can ruin your business and your life forever.
Yeah, and that's why you want to be 1,000% legit. 1,000% legit, because and even if it's not even true, they still will investigate, because
there's somebody who's hating on you, and they will do whatever it takes to ruin you.
That's right.
Nobody wants to get audited. Exactly.
To your Social Security, so when you're retiring, and that is true too. It's Jerry. That is correct.
Yeah, that's right.
For sure.
That's right. Nobody wants to get on. Look, I have my records in every box for every year, and I go to my tax person to do my taxes, and I always get what's called the peace of mind at it. That way, if anything happens, they're getting audited by them going to do and representing me if I get audited. But I guarantee you, if they want the papers for that year, they're gonna have to go through that box. It's not. I have it in files before the tax season. It's time for them to put everything on a spreadsheet. It just gets put in a box. So I got busted for selling too many trucks and cars. So now I sell them as junk cars, even though they run great. You can sell them for 3 to 4 times a year in most states. Yes.
That's what I was laughing about.
Colonoscopy. You're right. But knock on wood, I have never had one. But again, I do keep all my paperwork for all of it. That's why I keep my YouTube and eBay info separate. Well, just like you're supposed to keep eBay, your PayPal, eBay, whatever, and your personal stuff separate, because then that's two different things as well. You want to keep that as well.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh boy, fishing and picking. Always got to come back with something slick.
I like this, the sleep I get with the
colonoscopy.
Love it, love it, love it.
Fishing
Well,
and picking
everyone,
is
it's
right.
getting to that
Love
time that we do need to end the show. And again, thank y'all so much. It's been a very good, active morning show. Thank y'all for coming in with the questions and the comments and ideas and things you need to know. Again, remembering we're not professionals, but we do try to help each other in the sense that you can take what you can from it and maybe implement it into your business or your business plans. What does an LLC protect you from? Again, remember what you just said on that one. LLC is a limited liability corporation. If something was to happen, you have everything on the limited liability corporation. They cannot come out to you if something happens. They got to go and sue the business, not you. So
yeah,
if you have
your personal stuff is safe.
Personal things that is worth money, keep it as an LLC on your business, whether it's your YouTube or your PayPal or whatever. Keep all what you do as eBay in one business entity, because that way they can't come out after you. You're protecting yourself for any assets you have. That's why it's important if you do that you're protecting yourself. I wake up so refreshed.
It's in Adams. Frugal Peanut Reseller asked where the flea market is. Where is the flea market up there? It's in Adams. It's on 13. It's like the flea market, the railroad tracks, and then town. It's like boom, 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 boom. So it's, I want to say it's like 20-25 minutes from Wisconsin Dells going north.
That's not true. Okay. You can take your bread and your pillow if you're an LLC. That's not true.
Yeah, it's been here many, many years. The flea market here in Adams. I know it was a new couple just bought it 2 or 3 years ago. No, it's only open from spring to fall. So like
here too.
April to October is when it's open. And then the nice thing about it though is there are people that as long as it's not too cold outside, they'll open up their shed all year round. But once the snow is on the ground and it's like what we have now for weather, which is like -2 degrees, that's not including the wind chill. They won't open, but they have the option of opening up anytime they want because they're paying for that site.
Jerry,
or for that
it's okay. It's just a matter of everybody has their own opinions. Again, you may do something different than I do. I may not agree with something you say. I may not agree with something Des says or Trent says. But again, remembering, everybody has their own opinions. It is what you take from it. And it's not something to cause issues with. It's just a matter of everybody thinks a certain way. They do things a certain way. They may not be the right way. And I always say that in all my videos. I may not be a professional and I may not be able to do the things that I do that you agree with, but that's what works for me. And whatever works for you, you have to do what's best for you.
Right.
This is about in the morning. Everybody needs to just listen and take what they can from it and learn and or move on and improve. That's all.
And make sure you do your own research because everybody does things differently. And what works for Johnny isn't going to work for, isn't always going to work for somebody like Trent or myself. I'm not a reseller, but
Wake up.
But the thing is everybody does things differently. And it is very, very important that if you hear something on a live or in a pre-recorded or a premiere, make sure you go and do your own research. We're just giving you information that we have looked ourselves or have talked to others about and done our own research. And, if you have questions, Tommy's a good one to get a hold of too, because that man is a research god. Everything, he's a Google king. He likes to do research. That's what his brain is for.
If somebody asks me a question, I don't know the answer.
Mm-hmm.
That makes me want to research it because then I want to know. Now,
And I always say,
find the right thing that I want to hear, but again, that's how you find out.
Right. And for me, if I don't know something, I'll tell you, I don't have no clue. Let me talk to Tommy. Let me, see what I can find.
Exactly.
But, or if it's not something that I've ever was interested in, yeah, I'll try to help. But usually I direct people to Tommy if it's something that I really have no clue even where to begin.
Exactly.
But definitely do your own research. It's very, very, very important that you do your own research. And we're just a guide. You're the machine that needs to figure out what you got to do.
Also, I want to make a point real quick to where did it go again? Willing and dealing. I know you were asking a comment about that LLC earlier. If you have any other questions, check out the Flipping Accounting his YouTube channel. He has done several videos. He is a tax preparer, but he doesn't give you advice. He just gives you things that what the books say. It may not be what you want to hear, but he has offered for you or anyone in the chats to reach out to him if you have a particular question. He can direct you into either, if he doesn't have the correct answer that's in your state, he will direct you on where to find those answers. So again, check out the Flipping Accounting. That is Justin. And he's always willing to help others. Again, it's tax season time, so you may want to be, if you send him a message or whatever, just be ready to maybe take a couple of hours or whatever for him to get to you, but he will get back to you. So definitely check him out.
It was Thrifty Junker that was asking about
I couldn't remember who it was. The Thrifty Junker.
No, okay. I figured I'd let you know. And hello, Perlini.
So definitely go and check that out. Perlini, hello, and also the Lone Star Picker, Louis, hello. Again, so definitely check out his channel as well for those who have those type of questions. Again, I'm only saying what I know. I've been at LLC since 2006. And that's just the way I run all my businesses, no matter what I do. So,
right.
Again, remember to check your local state and county or parish or whatever you live in of what they require of you, and make sure you do things legally, because that way it won't come back and bite you in the behind. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
All right, everyone. Trent, have anything coming up this week? Well, let's start with Des. Des, you have anything coming up this week?
Actually, yes, we have. So on my channel, we have the after party Friday evening at 8 p.m. Central Time. I still have to schedule it, but it is 8 p.m. Central Time on my channel for the singing contest that we had. That where Tommy and Dwayne were the hosts, and so we have that coming up this Friday. Look for us later at night to go live, me and Tommy, just because we haven't been able to sleep a whole lot.
No,
and then
what y'all doing? Is that gonna be for all the previous people that were on the panel too? For y'all gonna be doing that?
What's that?
Is that gonna be for all your panel guests who was
anybody who was a part of the season?
Okay.
We're asking for them to join us for the after party, and we're going to sit down and talk, and then we're going to, ask a bunch of questions and get everybody's, feeling and, how it went and stuff like that for them on Friday. So on my channel, the Shamrock Pixie, we'll be doing that at 8 p.m. Friday, and then Monday at 8 p.m. I do my mental health safe place live. My channel is the Shamrock Pixie. Here, let me.
I do want to say for Picky Nikki, anytime you have other questions and you're afraid you might not retain the information, you're always welcome to go back and watch the videos. I do not delete any of my videos. They all go up on my channel, including the chat. So that way you can always go back and check out something if you're not sure or you forgot, as well as Des and Tommy's channels and their daughter Jazz's channels are in the links below. If you miss it, it is in the description bar of all videos for the week, Monday through Friday. You also can catch those as well.
Yes, and I think that's pretty much all we have going on this week.
All right, Trent, what you got going on this week?
Listing, and more listing.
What you listening to?
No, listing. Wow. I've got to get all my stuff listed, and I've got to put out some videos that I've been needing to put out, like the one that I recorded yesterday. I'm going to upload it probably sometime today. If not, it'll be tomorrow. And then I've got to do the video for the unboxing of the gift that's going around to all 50 states. I've got to get it done. and finished. I've started it, but I got to finish it. And then that's about all I've got going on this week is some video editing and some listing, and maybe do some more sourcing whenever I can find the time and the chance.
Now, also in the description of all the morning shows, if you haven't caught any of the links for anyone else's channels, Trent has 2 channels. Those links are also in the description bar of all the morning videos, as well as his eBay store and how to get in touch with any one of us, including Des, Tommy, and Jazz, their daughter. That way you can catch their videos and their links in their channel, YouTube channel. That way you can subscribe to them as well and support them as well.
We appreciate it. Thank you.
And that's every week. Now, like I said, I always make sure my videos are up with the actual chat when it goes live on my channel.
Yeah.
Again, Pixie, Nixie, thank you. You're welcome. I love helping others, and I love making it easy for others. A lot of times I know the channel does go fast sometimes. But again, I make sure to let everybody know that all of that is in the description bar below, including all the affiliate links that I have as far as things that I use, as well as all the different videos I did on how to for eBay. For those that are new, I did a whole series last year, and those are in the description bar below. That way you can catch those videos as well. And as I say before we end each and every show, don't forget, every Monday through Friday at 9:00 a.m. is the live show.
Real quick.
Monday night at Bingo at 5 p.m. Eastern. Every Wednesday at 3 o'clock is the Hump Day auction. And every other Saturday is the Royal auction here on my channel at 2 o'clock on Saturday. Go ahead, Trent.
Real quick. Also Sundays at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and 4 p.m. Central Standard Time, I go live on my channel. And we spend an hour and a half, 2 hours, however long, and we just visit and we talk about reselling, and we talk about YouTube, and we talk about the birds and the bees and whatever else.
Flowers in the trees.
That's right. So we have a lot of fun, guys. It really is a lot of fun, and you don't want to miss it. I actually had 28 people in my live this last week. Was fantastic. The most I've ever had, and you guys are great. I love you guys. You guys are fantastic.
That's awesome. Right. I have
always go ahead.
I have something really big to share.
Okay.
Tommy got his channel back.
Already? That was great. Yes.
Yes.
Congratulations,
so anybody who missed it, I do have a video on my channel where we went live explaining what was going on with Tommy's channel. He messaged the guy, reached back out to us, said that it wasn't supposed to happen. He he tried to get it away. Tommy just now got his channel back.
Oh, that's
so he can go live again, but we're still doing the after party on my channel.
Right.
Just saying.
All right.
And then what's good about it too, he started that legal process too, and I may have pushed it a little bit faster.
Well, he talked to the gentleman through email, and the guy
was the name that showed up on that first one that he got.
Yes,
okay.
Yes, it was him, but it wasn't supposed to hit Tommy's channel. It was somebody else that they were putting it against, but because we had mentioned his name and showed a video to get people, which we did end up watching, to get them to his channel. Right. Anybody who had that, I guess, got hit. And so, so it is, what's that? It was a mistake. And so when he
the big thing about it, the big moral of this whole thing is do not, if you're giving somebody a shout out, I don't mind giving shout out. I personally will not show someone else's YouTube channel clips. I think that's one of the things I'm going to learn from this part. That's why I don't mind doing shout outs, but I will not show someone else's clip on their channel.
I wouldn't do it either.
Right.
But when you first start out, people don't know. And we didn't know, and it was on Tommy's channel. And this was an older video where
that was like over a year ago, wasn't it?
Yeah. That got hit.
Unless it's mine. If you want to show my stuff, show it. Get it out.
Yeah, but you're gonna be on the show when I do it.
Right, and that's what I was saying. Like if I had 300,000 people and a smaller YouTube was giving me a shout out, but he explained in the email what had happened, and so I completely 100% understand why it happened. Granted, we were very upset about it, but after talking with them and hearing what was going on, what we did was a complete 100% mistake. It wasn't supposed to get hit that way. It was somebody else who was actually downloading his stuff and uploading it as their own.
Oh, okay.
That was supposed to get hit. And so, you know, and that's something you don't ever want to do. You know,
now what happened when you were live and he was getting all those others hit at the same time and it was only the show?
Because
why did that happen?
Okay, so we will explain that on Friday.
Okay.
Tommy's way better. Okay, hold on.
No, that's fine. I understand.
No, he's talking, but he doesn't realize that now he can't say.
We can't hear you because
Yeah, when you get a takedown strike, YouTube scrubs every video that you have.
Oh,
and because it was copyrighted lyrics, not music, copyrighted lyrics, but it didn't affect his channel. It just means that when he becomes monetized, whoever owns the rights to those the words to those songs are just going to get the money.
Even though it was karaoke?
Yeah. It's the words, not the music, the words.
Oh, okay.
That's how people get around it, which people don't understand, which we didn't. We were like, oh, we weren't getting hit because, well, it was karaoke music, which is no big deal. It was the words. Some songs, their words are copyrighted. So it doesn't matter if it's a karaoke song or not, but it's not something that's going to affect your channel. You'll get a monetization thing where it'll let you know
on those videos.
Right. It'll let you know that, well, when you become monetized, this monetization that comes onto this video is going to go to so and so and so. That's all that means. It doesn't really affect it. But the takedown strike is what got Tommy. And so that is gone.
I'm so glad it's over right now.
Gone.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So
I think it was like what, March something that they would have to wait for?
March 2020.
Yeah.
Yep, March 2020.
But no, I'm talking he was going to be on probation till March of this year.
No, May, I think it was.
May
or June.
March or May, something like that. Yeah, I remember that.
Yep, and he wasn't going to be allowed to go live. He could do uploads. He could, which the pre-records and the premieres weren't affected because when we showed that video, we were live. So that's why his lives were hit. And so it's a very touchy, thin line. But just know that if you are starting YouTube out, drop people's links that you want to share in the chat. And I know people can show like 10 to 15 seconds of a clip. Oh, it is false. You can't even do that. Oh, okay. So my bad. Where I was reading that was wrong. But just drop the person's link, talk about the person, but don't show their stuff.
Right. Yeah. And I kind of think that's what it was because I don't do that. I just drop the links, and if I give a shout out, if I'm doing something that I got from them in the mail, I'll do a shout out and put their link in the description bar as well. I never show anybody's other channel stuff.
Right.
Yeah. All right. So at least we know we can come back on Friday night on Dez's channel. Make sure you get the link up the top or in the description bar below. Don't want to miss this Friday night because that's going to be the last of the channel of the this season. So definitely check it out. You get to find out more of what happened and what was resolved with Tommy.
Yeah.
So that being said, like I said, at the end of every show, love always. Love is always free. Please be kind to one another until we meet into another chat. Have a blessed and fabulous day. Later.
Much love, everybody.